There you go. The Pixies, Where Is My Mind? That's how we start today. All right. I didn't realize we were, I didn't have the volume up for that song, and now we're on the air, Jimmy. There you go. We were talking about El Chapo. This is an amazing story. Oh, my God. He is free, and where the hell is he?
I don't know if like these Twitter photos, they may be real.
Yeah.
I almost, like, there's always that thing, he's a bad guy, but do I want to see him get caught? I don't know. I kind of like the fact that someone busts out of jail twice. However, his son, whoever's tweeting these photos, if they're legit, is going to get him caught.
Yeah.
Because they're all traceable, like with location. There's things in there that you don't know. Like, one of the guys from Anonymous got caught. Mm-hmm. In New York, he had, like, taken a picture of his girlfriend's tits, and there was information in the photo that I think he didn't even know about. And that's how they caught him. So if those guys can get caught,
they caught him because he couldn't help himself, and he neneeded to get a picture of his girlfriend's tits out there.
It was a taunting message he sent for some reason. He was a Spanish dude from was he Washington Heights or the Bronx, and that was how they got him, because there was traceable information.
And why did they want him?
I guess he had been involved in a whole bunch of stuff that they, he was obviously taunting them for something he had done.
He was a bad boy.
Yeah, I mean, he was just one of those computer geniuses that.
I want to know a computer genius.
I know, I do too.
I just want one of those guys on my side. I could get a lot of things done.
Oh my God!
Can you imagine what you could get done? I just want one.
You know how sick of my phone calls he'd be? Yeah, dude. I just want to. I know, man. I'm still working on the other two that badmouth you on Twitter.
I'm watching Mr. Robot.
Yeah.
And I'm just watching that guy, and I'm thinking, like, oh, I wish I could do that.
Oh God,
He's hacking, and it's just so easy.
Yes,
for him.
I do it comedically, but I've only seen that first episode.
It's really good. I watched the first three.
Okay,
really
I'll watch the other one.
Everyone's talking how great that show is. But now that we already interviewed Christian Slater, there's I have no...
The motivation's gone.
There's no motivation to watch the show. I did finally watch Jim Gaffigan's new show. The first 4 episodes?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really good, right?
He's got a hit show on his hands. Absolutely. It's very, very good.
It's just entertaining. And the way the one where he does about the public shaming and stuff, and public redemption and shame, is just really, really smart and great.
That's the episode with the Bible?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was well done. So you should check out Jim Gaffigan's show. It's on TV Land. I think it starts tomorrow, right? Finally?
Yeah, I think it's tomorrow.
Oh, it's not even on yet. Okay.
No, and we were lucky enough to get the first 4 episodes. So, I just want one of those computer guys in my back pocket.
Yeah,
that would be nice. The people that really enjoy our show and enjoy us as individuals, it's like, I get free grapefruit beer, and I got blueberries yesterday from Otto's wife. I want one of these guys in my back pockets. Something impressive.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Right.
Whose life can I ruin for you?
Yes. That would be beautiful. But El Chapo, the pictures you're talking about, he was drinking a beer and flying in a plane after the escape from prison.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of people had to be in on that. And I mean prison officials.
Yeah, without it. The head official was fired.
You have a theory that maybe he walked right out the front door, and the other thing was a distraction.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if it's my theory. It's just I think that the tunnel seems like it's hard enough to get that done. Mm-hmm. But I don't think he had to sneak out. Like, I'm sure that they snuck him out of the jail.
Yeah.
But he probably went out in an easier way than that. Because if it was only a 50-minute window for him to go down that hole and go almost a mile. It was 5'6". He's 5'6". Mm-hmm. He's got a duck run for a mile. Like, that's kind of hard to do.
Well, they said the tunnel was equipped so he had headroom. It had a track so he could ride the motorcycle out.
Oh, could he ride? I didn't know if that was just for dirt removal. Could he? Was that a usable motorcycle?
I read that. Okay. They made a track for the motorcycle itself. I read it was ventilated. I also read that they had oxygen tanks all over the tunnel just in case there was a collapse. So they're probably thinking, you get down here, you get on the fucking motorcycle, and we'll get you out quick.
Yeah.
But the fascinating part about this tunnel, they had to figure out exactly where to come up right in the middle of that shower area, the only part of his cell where they didn't have video cameras, shooting.
Right.
So that's where you got to think a prison official was involved.
A lot of them probably were,
to give him some of the dimensions that would be needed for that.
But even the ones that weren't probably just kept their mouths shut because everyone is so corrupt there. Or there's so many corrupt officials that you never know if you're telling someone that's going to go back to him.
Right.
or his people, and he's just too. Trump has got to say what you want about Mexico, but shut the fuck up about this guy. How do you mind to fuck with this guy?
Yeah, a tweet came in from El Chapo himself, possibly.
I don't think it's him. I think it's
his son or one of his guys.
Yeah, I
and
doubt it's him.
basically told, what is the exact tweet, please? Yeah, keep screwing with us, meaning Trump, and I'm going to make you eat your fucking words, you lousy white faggot.
Is that what he said to him?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. You think Trump's a little scared of that one?
I don't know.
Trump has balls, but I don't know. I don't know if you're sleeping nice after getting a tweet like that.
Trump himself, he has security with him, but the problem is that Trump has family, and these guys are notorious for doing stuff to your family. Some groups don't bother your family, like the mafia, but these guys, man, the smaller something is in a crib, the more likely they are to fucking kill it.
Yeah,
they're brutal.
Oh
man.
yeah, they'll go up to you and just show you pictures of your kids and your wife, right. And then you understand, oh, okay, I have no choice in this matter. I am going to do exactly what you want me to do.
Yeah.
And they're saying he's the most powerful man in the world and the most feared man in the world.
Drug dealer-wise, yeah. I mean, he's a very, very frightening...
He was second behind Osama bin Laden for a very long time. So
I always would have found him or the guy from, I think, Trevino Morales from Los Zetas scarier. Because bin Laden, to me, was a bad terrorist, but these guys do really, really awful things. They do like the ISIS type stuff, which is like burn you alive or just horrible shit. I mean, bin Laden just killed you. These guys do it slowly and horribly.
And they say these guys, a lot of them are worse than...
Flew planes into a building.
I'm not saying he wasn't a bad guy or a piece of shit.
Well,
but I'm saying there's a way to get killed, and then there's that to me was the end.
There's a sadistic way, and there's a calculated
Well, and I
way.
think Jimmy is making the point that they're all really bad. But then if you're making a list, these guys... These guys do things that are worse than ISIS, is what I was seeing. I was seeing on TV last night. They were talking about this. So
or as bad. ISIS is bad. Like even they're
bad too. Like I said, everyone we're talking about, they're extremely dangerous and extremely bad. But they say some of these cartels, they do just brutal stuff that's even worse than ISIS.
And I've watched these videos. A lot of you haven't watched these videos, but that's why I don't tweet things. You know what I tweet? Good luck to you, sir. Good luck and Godspeed on the outside. I hope everything goes well.
I hope you'll live a long life.
In freedom, sir.
In freedom, sir.
Carry
on.
I don't fuck with those guys ever.
Carry on.
I read a lot of people think that those photos are fake. Part of the plan to get him out.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he may be a narcissist, but I think he's too smart. These are smart guys too, and they said he probably can't read or write. He's just a guy who's been in this world his whole life. When he was a kid, he started,
and he has over $1 billion.
Yeah.
And what else do we know? It took a year for that tunnel to be dug. A year. So word got to him like, hey man, a year from now you're going to go for this. Amazing. Yeah. And what? It was like they were building a house like a mile away. Right. And they were just removing a lot of dirt. I think it was the equivalent of 350 truckloads or something like that for this tunnel. 350 truckloads. What mic are you on today? Sorry, go ahead.
The Twitter account has 384,000 followers. It's doing pretty well.
Really?
Yeah. 384,000.
I would say more people should follow this young man and support his Twitter endeavors and his plug.
Yeah, but is he verified?
He's not verified.
Oh. No, verify him now.
Yeah, verify him right now.
They sent someone to verify him and he never came back, so they're assuming it's him. The guy's thumb came back. And they're like, all right, it's him.
I bet you Twitter will never ban that account.
No. No matter what he posts, no matter what photos he puts up.
Well, they got Anonymous to back off. The Mexican cartels Anonymous was threatening to out whoever was helping them, and like all the people that were supporting them behind the scenes. Anonymous was going to publicly out, so it would be harder for their network. Mm-hmm. And they basically responded saying, anybody you out, we'll kill. So out whoever you want, and we'll just kill them. So Anonymous realized that by doing that, they were going to have a lot of people killed. So they backed off that endeavor.
Right.
It's scary, man.
And El Chapo, his guys, his group, they're known for these tunnels. They've been building these tunnels for a long time to get past, the borders and stuff.
I wonder if that's how he got around for a while, too, because to be that famous and stay free that long.
Yeah, that's how he got out of his safe houses and stuff. He had all sorts of tunnels just in case he needed to get the hell out quickly. So they've been building these tunnels for a real long time. They know how to do them properly.
Weren't they supposed to wasn't this supposed to be a break with him and the other guy from Morales, or no? Maybe it didn't work that way?
I don't know.
Oh, I heard that both of them were supposed to get out.
You know more about the cartels than I do. But you turned me on to that Cartel Land. Wow. That was a great documentary.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
It really was well done.
Heartbreaking, too, though. It's heartbreaking. When you see...
Oh, the beginning?
No, yes, but also the entire thing and the conclusion. And when you see the way it's just like there's some good people there fighting against just... There's too much money and fear in it. And there's just too many people involved in it. And... a lot of places in Mexico are poor, so that's how they like this guy. I think when he was very young, started
El Chapo.
Yeah, that's been his whole life. That's how he makes his living.
Yeah, it was very sad because you realize in the end with Cartel Land, holy fuck, you're up against way too much to try to really make a real change.
Yeah,
because everyone is corrupt, and then the people that mean well in the beginning, then they become corrupt because there's just too much money involved to take care of yourself and your family,
and fear because again, like
and fear,
groups here kill you. But when you see these Mexican, they kill cops and they behead them, and you'll see they have like a town square where they'll have just 6 heads lined up, or beheaded bodies thrown. Like they do just such barbaric things that everyone's afraid of them.
Well, just say no, Jimmy.
Just say no.
Just say no, and then the cartels will go away.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just say no.
Yep, that'll fix it.
That's why those drug campaigns, when they pop up on TV from time to time, I just laugh. I'm like, do you understand what you're up against? This is what you're up against.
Right.
Guys that put the fear into a lot of people's heads. The prison officials, government officials. You're not going to get around that anytime soon. I don't know how you figure that one out.
Here's who I want to talk to. In the photo of Guzman with the guy holding his neck down at the airport or whatever, who is that regretful man?
Yes,
if you got to walk one of these guys and do the perp walk, you really got to walk him politely.
Yeah.
But there's one guy just holding his neck, and I'm like, man, that guy had a moment. He just got a little carried away.
And his face is completely covered.
Yeah,
completely covered. Yeah, that's a ballsy guy.
You offer that man a soda, a cigarette, whatever he wants. You politely walk him to.
Yeah, you gently place your hand on his back.
Yeah,
take your time.
Cuff him lightly.
Yeah, this way, sir.
Well, a lot of people are into this story. Another prison escape. This one makes the New York one like.
Yeah.
I thought the New York one was impressive, but this is amazing. Building a tunnel for a year, and that people had to have known.
And the DEA knew about it. The DEA won in March of 2014.
Yeah, let's say hi to Ron in Edison. Ron.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I was with Jimmy was just saying. I started on Fox News this morning. The DEA told the Mexican government 16 months ago that there was going to be a breakout on this frickin' guy, and Mexico completely ignored them.
Yeah, they have not done. And again, it's easy for me to say sitting here in New York, but it's very hard because they killed so many politicians there too.
Right.
Like they just shoot you. It's very easy to say they should have done this, but if you're the prison official who has to go in there and fucking switch his cell,
right?
You know this is being worked on, and you're the guy whose desk it falls on that says, "Move El Chapo's cell. They're going to break him out." You go, "File this," and you point to the waste paper basket. I'm not moving shit. Fuck you. I'm having my family over for a barbecue. I don't want to be the barbecue.
You quit that day.
In a second. You don't do it.
Well, I guess this job isn't for me. I'm going to go do something else.
I think Trump is, he's got, he's what he's saying about Mexico is true, but I wouldn't vote for him. That's for damn sure.
I don't know. I mean, look, the corruption in the government to go as high as it does is very scary. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's not even the immigrants I'm as concerned with as the fact that the Mexican government has so much corruption in it that every time there's good people that try to get stuff done, there's just too many people that work against them.
That are pushing against them. Because they don't want to, fuck up the gravy train for everybody.
Yeah, it's money, but it's also they really are. These are scarier guys than the mob or than any of these other groups. These are the most frightening guys in the world.
Well, maybe El Chapo does a nice 4th of July thing for everybody, like John Gotti used to do. Yeah. Maybe he does something real nice for the neighborhood.
Yes, where he takes all these defensive players from the Giants and he blows their hands off.
So I'm not.
So Escobar used to do a lot of real nice things.
They loved him.
Yeah,
The two Escobars, you learn about that.
Yeah.
That 30 for 30. He built all sorts of stuff for the locals, and then
He built houses for everybody.
he built all sorts of houses, much better housing than what the government was doing at the time.
He escaped from jail too, dressed like a woman. They built a jail. They were called the extraditables. A bunch of these guys who, again, Colombia wanted to extradite them, so they were just blowing people up.
Yeah.
Like judges and anyone who was going to vote to extradite them, they were murdering. So they built a prison for him. And they put him in there. He had girls and party. I mean, really, it was not a... But like anybody else, you want to be free. And he escaped dressed as a woman. Which
I did not know that.
Yeah. I'm sure prison officials were, just turning their blind eye.
Of course. This guy knows how they figured out where to dig the tunnel right up into the shower area where the...
GPS, right?
I would assume that. Jesse in Michigan, go ahead.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I test cell phone signal for my current job, and we have this little device that's the size of a flip phone, and it's a GPS unit that'll tell you exactly where you are. And I'm thinking that's probably what they used to build the tunnel to get it right where they wanted it to end.
Did you need something in the actual cell? So you could pinpoint it?
Yeah, I think they smuggled this thing in.
Okay.
And they pinpointed it, and then they dug right to where his coordinates were. But I kind of agree with Jimmy. He probably just walked out.
Well, yeah, again, undercover, not blatantly, but there were probably people in the prison in on it because that's just too risky, the tunnel. I mean, I'm not saying it can't happen, but I imagine it's a little bit safer just to get him out the other way and get him into a waiting car and go. I don't know. I don't know what their camera system is. There's certain things you can't get by, like cameras, but...
Well, they probably got a Polaroid or two.
I think he jumped on his motorcycle in the tunnel and
zipped out of there.
Zipped out of there like a rock star.
He's a legend, though. That guy, man. He was on a run. I remember watching some documentary on him, and they were looking for him in the mountains, and they had the army looking for him, and there was an army lieutenant or colonel talking about finding him and how we don't know where he is, and it just looked like this guy talking about him was so afraid of saying the wrong thing. Like, it was like watching a guy go, of course we know he's up here stupid, but I'm not going to say it. Like, well, you don't know. It could be anywhere.
Yeah.
Those guys don't mess around.
Yeah, they don't want to say the wrong thing.
Well, you need to find guys that have absolutely no family.
Right.
Recruit those guys.
Yeah.
Because if you got family, man, they know about it. It's crazy.
Absolutely. Well, punching out, guys. Love you.
All right,
you.
Jess.
So 19 hours ago, Trump tweeted, "The joke around town is that I freed El Chapo from the Mexican prison because the timing was so good with my statements on border security." He also tweeted, "Mexico's totally corrupt government looks horrible with El Chapo's escape. Totally corrupt. U.S. paid them $3 billion. El Chapo comes to U.S. often through our border. It's been revealed he has a California driver's license, and he has a link." And then El Chapo threatened him. Mm-hmm. And then 4 minutes ago or 5 minutes ago, he tweets, "Let Pete Rose into the Baseball Hall of Fame. It's time. He has paid a big and very long price." So I think maybe he's backing off a little bit.
Oh, wow. He was all about it for a while there.
A little while. And
there it is.
Morning,
let Pete Rose into the Baseball Hall of Fame. It's time. He has paid a big and very long price. Oh, my God. That's funny.
Wow, that's a real gear shift. That's very funny.
That really is funny.
Yeah, let's see if he tweets anything today about it.
He might. I mean, he's got a big mouth and he's ballsy.
Yeah,
he is a ballsy guy. We got a lot of Trump stuff. We got and we got a lot of Cosby stuff too.
Yeah.
Did you see the Geraldo Rivera?
No, didn't he get some argument on Fox?
Well, I saw that Geraldo Rivera was trending on Twitter, so I looked at the video. It's no big fucking deal. It's the 5 on Fox, and they go at it a little bit to begin with on that show. And it turns out the guy that he's threatening he says it, if you weren't a friend of mine. So what's the big deal there? Have you seen this clip?
No.
Oh, it's worth playing for you. Yeah, from the 5 yesterday, Geraldo basically threatens to knock, I don't know his name offhand, to knock this guy out.
There's this guy and that guy, but this is what's wrong with them, and then you take down the next the real opponent.
Right. I wouldn't want to tangle with Trump either, because he'll just drop a nuke on you and you look like an idiot. He'll go after your looks, he'll go after anything, and then you're left sitting there stuttering and it doesn't look good. I think what you'd have to do is say, you know what, kind of laugh it off, make fun of his hair maybe, because, you know, eventually you want to still play golf at his course, right? But Trump is not... He's not going to win the nomination, but Trump has tapped into the red-blooded American bloodstream right now. The people that are sick of watching a skinny community organizer go out there and run this country into the ground, and they want to see a more muscular
approach.
approach.
That's what you refer to your president, a skinny community organizer?
I do.
Disrespectful.
I don't think so. I think you've said a lot worse about Republicans.
Trump, who is my friend, is going to learn that immigration is like a cheap drug. You get a big bang, a real quick high, and a very long hang.
Well, it's not a quick high when people are being murdered in San Francisco, and it's not a quick high when people are escaping prisons in Mexico and selling heroin and cocaine to our children.
Of that family.
It's not exploiting it.
It is exactly.
You're exploiting it by downplaying it.
Nothing to do with immigration.
How does it not?
But
it's a sanctuary policy.
You've been doing this on the air. You're equating Trump's comments with all immigrants. What he had said was, and we've talked about this quite a bit, is Trump's comments specifically pointed at illegals.
I'm talking about the reaction to Trump. And you tell me that it's not an immigration response.
I think Jesse's right. I think that it is tapping into the
it is exploiting. It is exploiting and sensationalizing
from a guy who exploits and sensationalizes everything.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
You're lucky that you're my friend. I'd knock you out right now.
Well,
that's absolute BS.
We can take this up later. How are you saying
that is absolute bogus?
How are you saying that Trump is exploiting?
I exploit and sensationalize. What do you do? Where do you get your stuff from? What right-wing
you're saying that
pundit
Donald
is giving
Trump
you your
exploiting
okay,
a woman's death?
Get out.
Geraldo's a hothead. I like Geraldo. But remember when we had him on, he and I had an unpleasant exchange about immigration.
You guys did.
He gets very, very, he's a real smart guy, but on that one he becomes a little zealotous. Zealotous is not a word. But, you know,
well, I get it.
A little bit.
But, you know, Geraldo has been known to exploit over the years.
Yeah, he had. But boy, he didn't like hearing it.
He doesn't want to hear it, but come on.
And he would throw a punch, I think.
Absolutely, he would have. He was heated. His hair was moving. You see the hair moving? Yeah. It was all hair sprayed down, but it was still moving as one unit.
In the middle of the riots in Ferguson or wherever he was going, "You're embarrassing yourself." He's like yelling at the guy on camera. He's
he's certainly not scared of confrontation.
No.
But he definitely has made a living exploiting, over exploiting things. That's a fair comment by what's that guy's name? Do we know offhand?
I do not.
Give him a whatever. It's that guy from the Five. I should know his name.
Eric Bolling.
Yeah, Eric Bolling. Okay. And then I got to play this for Jimmy especially. So Hillary Clinton finally is fighting back with the Trumpster. The Trumpster.
Stinks.
You're going to get douche chills at the end of this clip.
I'm going to. I know.
So finally, she had a comment about Trump.
Oh, let's hear her natural speech. Okay. Hold on.
It was appalling to hear Donald Trump describe immigrants as drug dealers, rapists, and criminals. He's talking about people you and I know, isn't he? He's talking about people who love this country, work hard, and want nothing more than a chance to build a better life for themselves and their children. And when people and businesses everywhere rejected his hateful comments, did he apologize? No. He doubled down. It's shameful, and no one should stand for it. So I have just one word for Mr. Trump. Basta. Enough.
She's just hateable. She was doing good there for a while.
She was doing all right.
That's politics.
She's still kind of a robot.
She stinks, but I mean, she really does look like fucking James Spader. But she should just. It's politics. You have to bash the other guy. You take what they said. That's what it is.
Yeah. But the setup. One word for you. Basta.
Basta. Enough. And then she clarifies it quickly what it means. Oh, shut up.
No ace bueno, Senor Trump. No ace bueno.
She's just a maricon.
Wait. She tweets in Spanish?
Yeah.
Para el señor Trump solo tengo una palabra, right?
Were you raised in Puerto Rico? That's pretty good, man.
It's a beautiful language, isn't it?
Six fucking years in school, and I can struggle through a sentence every once in a while.
That was pretty good.
What does that mean, though?
For Mr. Trump, I have one word.
Oh, all right. Enough?
Basta.
Oh, I see what you did there. Basta! Look at that. Hillary to Donald Trump. Basta!
I want to hear didn't a Mexican guy confront him, too?
Yeah, that and Chris Christie's annoyed at the Trump questions. Everyone's being asked about Trump.
He's ruining everything.
Yeah.
How do you not enjoy this guy ruining? He's ruining all these political fucking hacks. They have this little dance they all do, and he's just in there. He's like a kid with cymbals, right? Just ruining their party.
He's like the fat guy in a mosh pit.
He's awesome.
No one wants to be in the mosh pit anymore.
Dude, he's ruining he's ruining their polite dinner party.
Yes, because they all get it. They're all know, like you just said, they all know the dance, and they don't go too far with the dance. And now Trump is making these people, speak honestly about these topics.
Yeah, he's making them address stuff. He's making them address him instead of their own dog shit fake agenda. I just want America to grow and for the same garbage.
And prosper.
Ugh. And they have to answer questions about him. Oh, he makes me so happy.
Absolutely. Let's do the Chris Christie one, because he gets annoyed at Trump questions on Fox and Friends. But Trump's making this interesting.
Yes.
The rest of this is just garbage. Who cares of these sound bites that are on the TV every day? They mean nothing. Mediate.
The person who wrote the book, The Art of the Deal, Donald Trump, has been in the news and has been saying that, we've got to do a lot more about immigration. He's made comments that have frustrated some of your fellow Republicans who say he's setting the wrong tone for the party. Where do you stand?
Oh, listen, we've talked about this over and over again. What we should be talking about are all the significant problems we have in this country, like entitlement reform, which we've talked about. We should be talking about education reform and not continue to be talking about all this stuff. Enough. We've answered the question.
But did he send the wrong signal or not? Because you said you're going to be all about straight talk.
Well, this will be the 15th time I've answered it now. So it's inappropriate. The comments were inappropriate. But listen, Donald is a friend. I've known him for 13 years, and I like him personally. But his comments were inappropriate. That's now the 15th time I've said it, and it's going to be the last time I say it. Because, but no, seriously, when I'm out there talking to folks, nobody in the real world asks me about this. Sure. Nobody.
Right.
But every time I get on a media show, all anybody wants to talk about is Donald Trump.
What do people ask you?
Like I was just saying, they're talking to us about terrorism, about education, debt, and the real problem that families are having these days, sending their kids to college and affording it. They're talking about the fact that we spend 71% of the federal budget on entitlements and on debt service, and they're worried about America's
future. Some of the
future.
border states, they are worried about immigration. It is a big hot topic.
Wait a second, that's a whole different topic, though. If you want to talk about the things we need to do to address the immigration system, but that's not what I get asked. Yep. What I get asked is about Donald Trump and his comments. His comments have nothing to do with immigration and how we deal with the immigration
system.
On
immigration?
Listen,
I'm sure he would have said there, but see how they sidestep it? People are so scared of saying the wrong thing.
Of course. They're either mad at pissing off Latins or they're mad they're going to piss off Americans who are against all the, Right. They have to answer that question very carefully. And Trump's like, well, here you go. This is what a lot of people think of this. Yep. And they don't want to hear it. They're all answering it carefully, but not the fucking kid with cymbals. Shut da 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 clang clang clang. Ya da 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 clang clang clang. Ha ha! You got to pay attention to me. Oh, I love it though, because he's made for the media. He throws one of these sound bites out there, and then they're all about it. And then whoever else comes on their shows, they got to ask him about it. I think Chris Christie and Donald Trump will be the ones that really go at it. Yeah. If this continues, if Donald Trump stays in this race, Christie is much more. I think talks a lot straighter than most of them do. Mm-hmm. Like Hillary to me is just a robot. Extremely careful with every single word. Calculated. I wonder how long she thought about that Basta thing before she said, all right, I think I'm going to go for this.
And how do I pronounce it? Do I try to put on an accent? Do I use my,
And I think I want to make it real dramatic. Yeah. One word for you. You think that'll work?
They rehearsed it.
Of course they did. You could tell everything she does is rehearsed. Yeah, it just doesn't seem genuine at all. Donald Trump's like, it just goes with it. I don't think he's written anything down yet. No, I think he actually should be more calculated. Yes, of course. A bit more. Of course. I know you like to shoot from the hip. Right.
But that was not
maybe a couple thought starters.
Yeah.
on a napkin. Just a couple little things would help.
Yeah, just kind of focus the speech
yes.
on something. I don't know if you remember in his original speech, and then he went, and the Jews! And then just and he cut his mic. Oh, Donald.
I don't know. I'm loving it, though. God, every day it's something with this Donald Trump.
It's enjoyable because a guy with that whose money they just can't take and who's not going to be destitute or even like just back to normal life, like he's always going to have enough money to really do whatever the fuck he wants.
Right.
So it's just kind of fun to watch him running through just with a megaphone in everybody's face.
Mm-hmm.
Just annoying them.
Right in their face.
He's annoying all of them, too.
You want to hear the Mexican man confronting Donald Trump? Okay. Yeah, this was during the Q&A out there in Arizona over the weekend, I believe. Mediaite. It's a good site, by the way. Check it out.
From Mexico. I'm incredibly insulted by the remarks.
I was waiting for this.
Of course you were.
Good.
But, hey, I'm a friend of Freedom Fest. I believe in freedom. I believe in the rule of law. Good. I believe in property rights. My heart goes out to Mr. Jamil.
Good.
There are illegal immigrants that are horrible and terrible. There are also legal immigrants that are horrible and terrible.
It's true.
So it's a question about rule of law. I am going to ask a question.
Ask a question, please.
My question is...
Did the government of Mexico ask you to come up here and make this?
Of course.
Okay. Go ahead. Ask your question. Ask your question.
I knew you were going to say that.
Come on. You got a lot of people waiting.
Would you build walls around all the states in the United States to prevent all of those rapists and killers that come from elsewhere in the United States in order to avoid the problem?
No, I'd build a wall. I would build a wall between our country and Mexico because people come from all over the world.
Senor Trump,
let me just tell you, sir, do you want to hear the answer? And all of the people, because I encourage legal citizenship. I encourage it, and I would encourage it, and I would encourage Hispanics, and I would encourage people from all over. But what I don't encourage is people coming into our country illegally, and I encourage where a government forces some people in that the government doesn't want, and these people reap havoc on our population. Thank you very much for your question. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Should read the Statue of Liberty.
Next.
See, we should read the Statue of Liberty. It's just nonsense.
Yeah, that was a better answer.
That was a much better way of saying it.
Of course.
But the way he said it the first time was just really poorly thought out.
Right. That wasn't that bad, really.
No.
And that was from Vegas.
And there's also stuff about where Whoopi's now getting a lot of shit for her continued backing of Cosby.
Well, we got a lot of great Cosby clips today as well.
We do.
Did you see the John Oliver one? Have you watched John Oliver yet?
No.
Why?
No reason. I just haven't watched it.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, I hear he's really good.
It's consistently smart and funny.
And now what he's doing, which is pretty smart, he's in between seasons, right? Right now?
Yeah.
So he makes quick YouTube clips about the hot topic of the day.
That is smart.
That's really smart. And then the show will come back, I guess, probably in the early fall.
Keep yourself relevant and do something in front of, Does he have an audience when he does these?
I've only seen one so far. Does he have an audience?
Yeah, he has an audience.
So what? He gets people together just so he can make a quick YouTube clip?
I'm not sure he's not between seasons.
He was there was one clip he did on, I forget exactly.
Yeah, he was off for 2 weeks, but.
Oh, okay, so he's back again?
He put out a clip, but yeah, he's
back. I'm sorry.
Good chime in, Trap Dog.
Thanks, Chippa.
I'm behind on the John Oliver show then, I just realized. So he is back, and he had this to say about Whoopi Goldberg.
And now, this. And now, Whoopi Goldberg defends 10 surprising things. Bill Cosby.
He has not been proven. But what? Out of curiosity.
Roman Polanski.
I don't believe it was rape.
Ray Rice.
If you hit somebody, you cannot be sure you are not going to get hit back.
Chris Brown.
Nobody knows what happened, so all you haters out there, just find something else to hate till you get all the facts.
Torture.
There are other countries that have done it, and it's reaped quite good benefits for them.
Jesse James cheating on Sandra Bullock.
No, this is really wrong to say.
What?
No, it's not. It's nobody's fault.
Her decision to appear in the 2014 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film.
They love pizza. I love pizza. Me too.
Moon landing conspiracy theories.
There are a couple of questions that I do have from time to time. Who shot the footage?
Mel Gibson.
I know Mel, and I know he's not a racist. Oh, really? Yeah, I do.
And finally, her own career goals.
I want to become an ambassador to a country. And, yeah, you wouldn't mind me being the ambassador, would you? Okay.
Half the stuff wasn't bad. Yeah. Half the stuff she was right about. That's John Oliver. He's great. Really, really funny. So,
smart angle to take on it.
Absolutely. Cosby accuser fires back at Whoopi on CNN. Yes, this is what we really wanted to play. Play this.
Play you some sound from Whoopi Goldberg on The View today.
People have been coming after me and saying they're going to snatch my family. They're going to come up. It's like being Frankenstein. People coming after you with the fire.
How long has she sounded like Adolf Caesar? Her voice is really uncomfortable.
Frankenstein. People coming after you with the fire and they're going to burn you. No one here thinks rapists are fun. Nobody here thinks rape or hates women or any of that. So don't come after me like that, because I'm sick of this bull. Here's the bottom line for me. It's my opinion. And the American courts agree with me, because still, he has not been taken to jail or tried or on anything. So back off me.
What they have to clap?
Lily, final question to you. 60 seconds. What would you say? How would you respond to the defenders of Bill Cosby, to Whoopi Goldberg?
By the way, can you pause this? Why is Harry Dean Stanton wearing pearls? That fucking Gloria Allred is remarkably unpleasant. She looks like Brain in Escape from New York with a wig. She stinks. Where's Adrienne Barbeau and her big tits? She can get blown up on the bridge, Brain. Start fucking the Duke.
Can you imagine bedding down with that?
Oh my God. How awful.
By the way, that was like 6 solid Escape from New York references.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much.
Really
you didn't even get me to my Donald Pleasance. It was the 4th of July and I lost my finger. So you got time in with the old fucking JPP thing.
Goldberg.
Wow. Well, I have utmost respect for Whoopi Goldberg. She's a great comedian, but what I endured with Bill Cosby was no bull by any means. You know, he met with me under the pretense of meeting with producers who would further my career, and he surreptitiously, clandestinely slipped drugs into my blood, and he raped me. It was a very traumatic. I'm a very strong person. You know, I gave birth to 6 children without any pain relief, Jesus. And yet with this strength, because he incapacitated me, I was not even able to push away the pillow from my face that he was using to silence my screams while he was suffocating me, while he was raping me. And then when he finally lifted the pillow and I could finally gasp for air, I could not even wipe away the tears trickling down my temples that were welling in my ears. And so this is no bull. This is real. This is what I experienced, and it was highly invasive. You know, I fell on a table and cut myself, having been drugged by him, and cut myself and bruised the table that I fell upon, bruised and cut me. It was very violent. And
can you pause? I can't keep pausing. This is what's so funny about Whoopi in like always defending him. Yeah, he's not coming out and rebutting something like this.
Right.
He's hiding behind his fucking lawyers. Right. And this rape victim or alleged rape victim coming out and saying something this graphic
over and over again.
Somebody accused me of this, I'd be on every radio show going, liar, she's a liar.
Right.
I wouldn't just sit there quietly and let Marty Singer say it for me.
Yes. Wow.
If and when I'm called to testify under oath, I will present all the details along with evidence and contact information of third-party witnesses.
This is brutal because, you know, I believe her. It seems like she had a horrific time with Cosby, and then you walk out of that situation, and then you realize I can't tell anyone because that was Bill Cosby. That's what happened to a lot of these women, right? They were too scared to go to anybody.
And they didn't know. Like, now people go, come on. Like, I was talking to somebody, and they were going, you're going to tell me a black guy's fucking these white women, and they're afraid? but they're afraid because nobody knew there were other people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like people in that moment feel like you're the only one, and it's like, here's this icon. I don't care if he's black or not. He was an icon in the 60s. He was a very powerful guy in show business, and you think he's the only one, and you doubt your own story. I'm just a stupid woman. I should have known. Whatever it is they go through.
Oh, no, you talk to enough women, they say, you know, they feel like no one's going to believe them and all that crap.
Yeah, it's not like he did it in front of a room full of people.
Right.
You really think it's your word against his, and his reputation's impeccable.
And you forget that back then how powerful he was.
Yeah,
I mean, Cosby's still famous, but you got to remember, he was the biggest star in the world for a while there.
And there was no YouTube, there was no Twitter, there was no way to get you could talk to the paper or whatever, but again, nobody in the country wanted to believe that this guy was behaving this way.
He was writing books about being a great dad, remember? TV's dad. I forgot the names of all those books.
Fatherhood
and all that. And now you have this story to tell, and you must be thinking to yourself, no one's going to fucking believe me.
Pillow on the face till her teeth prints are in her gums. That was one that didn't sell well. And now people are looking at that title going, we should have investigated that.
Our Sandy Kane's on the line.
Oh.
Sandy Kane.
Hello, Sandy.
Hey, bitch. How you doing?
Well,
I'm not a believer. I don't.
Hold on. Let me set this up for the people out there. We've known Sandy Kane for a very, very long time. The naked cowgirl. You can see her in Times Square.
Right.
And hold on there, Sandy Kane.
I'm hanging.
And then I opened up the newspapers over the weekend. This is what I'm getting at. And you're all over the place because you got your own Cosby story.
Right. Well, Richard Johnson, God bless him, and Linda.
God bless him. He's a scumbag.
Richard Johnson?
He's a piece of shit, but go ahead, Sandy Kane.
Richard Johnson. His name is Dick. Richard Johnson.
Hey, he knows he's a piece of shit. I saw that guy fucking sweating and shaking. Trust me. He's a fucking scumbag.
Really?
But go ahead, Sandy Kane.
I happen to like him because he printed a gorgeous picture, and he printed what I told him. And
well, he cost the Post a lot of money back in the day. Let's just put it that way. He's a piece of shit. Go ahead.
Really?
And if I ever see him, I'll spit in his fucking face.
Well, he'll probably hear what you said about him today.
Oh, he knows. Trust me, he knows. I've reached out. Trust me. But go ahead, Sandy Kane. Tell your story.
His name is Dick. Richard Johnson, Dick.
Fucking home run Kane.
Double fucking Dick. So, anyway, if someone had a pillow over my face and tried to smother me, and
they'd be a hero to all. Go ahead, Sandy.
Well, I think she didn't come out and she didn't go to the police about that. I mean, and then she hurt her head. I mean, I know those days people didn't come out as much as they,
right.
But listen, with me, when Richard Pryor raped me, I didn't say anything because I was so poor. I didn't have the time to report it, and people really didn't really do it in those days. But I feel that the way she was mutilated, I think I would have gone to the police with the pillow over my face, and then my face was cut and shit.
Well, Sandy Kane, we were explaining that right before we took your phone call. There's women out there that feel like they can't go to the authorities because no one's going to believe them and their story. That's a real thing that absolutely happens to people, and it doesn't have to be Cosby that did it to them. It's their boss, it's a boyfriend, it's a neighbor, and even in those cases where the person isn't that powerful, they feel like they can't go to the authorities. It's a very sad thing that happens to women and has been going on for a very long time.
What people can do now, Sandy, that they couldn't do years ago is, do you see the video? There's a viral video of an Irish girl who's, I guess, husband or boyfriend she had 2 kids with, and he blackened her eye, and she went on Facebook, and it got like 6 or 8 million views.
Yeah.
You can do that now where you can reach millions of people and
instantly and tell your story.
Back then you couldn't do that.
No, you took a picture and you had to wait around the town square and show people.
Huh? How'd she get a drug in her? Because even Linda Stafford said it didn't come out that he put anything in her drink. So she probably willingly took that Quaalude.
So what? That means you take a Quaalude or have a few drinks, and that means it's okay for Cosby to allegedly rape you? That's kind of crazy.
Allegedly is right.
I'm saying allegedly because you got to be careful with this shit.
Yeah,
I completely believe that Cosby raped some women, by the way, if you're asking my personal opinion.
Yeah, maybe he did, but not me. I kind of raped him.
What happened with you and him? You met Cosby?
Okay, So I was working at the comedy store in L.A., and I met him outside. Everyone hangs out at the comedy store outside. And we went into a car. One of his friends had some cocaine, and we were snorting cocaine in the car. We had a good time. And he had a room at the Hyatt House next door. So we went, and I had sex with him, and it was like great. He was a great guy, and it was a one-night stand, and it was really a fun evening for me.
Wait, you're alleging that Cosby did cocaine? I've never heard that.
Oh, yes. Well, his friend had it, and yes, we all snorted cocaine in his friend's car.
Oh, wow. When was this? Or when are you saying this happened?
In the late 70s.
Yeah, the story goes, Cowgirl did cause. Bill Cosby has one other defender besides Whoopi Goldberg. Sandy Kane, a.k.a. the naked cowgirl of Times Square, said she had consensual sex with Cosby under the influence of her own Quaalude. He didn't have to give me one. I had my own, and it was wonderful. Kane told me Cosby didn't need to rape anyone. Women were throwing themselves at him, she said. Yeah, but we have guessed on this program that's not his thing, that for some reason he likes him a bit drowsy, or a bit knocked out cold. It seems like that's his turn on. Because you're right, Sandy Kane. I would assume a lot of women were throwing themselves at Cosby. I think
definitely, and he was a great looking man. He was from I Spy. He was had a really good personality. He really didn't have to rape women to get women. And I think that now, how come these people didn't come out, or years ago? I mean, you say that people.
We
are
explained
afraid,
that a few times.
I think most of them, you know what, Sandy, I think a lot of them didn't know there was other victims. And like what happens is now people know, so they're all coming out. But it's like nobody knowing that there was a lot of other ones. And a couple of them did. In like the early 2000s, and he he paid. And Janice Dickinson. I think a couple of them got paid, or one of them was a class action thing. And Janice Dickinson tried to, in her book, like talk about this like 15 years ago, and her book publishers wouldn't let her do it. The lawyers would not allow it. They wouldn't let it in
because they were scared of Cosby and his power.
Yeah, she did try though.
The story.
First of all, on a Quaalude, did you ever take a Quaalude?
I never took a Quaalude.
No.
Oh, have you ever taken a Quaalude?
No.
Opie?
No.
Quaaludes were like the sexiest drug. I mean, you take a Quaalude and you want to fuck a doorknob.
Sandy.
I'm telling you, they were like, even Linda Stasi said, "You're shy." I'm really a shy woman. You know me. You
are shy.
Did I ever suck a dick up there? No.
No, you tried though.
Yeah, you did try. Let's be honest. That was the dick's choice.
Yeah,
Sandy.
you tried.
You would have.
I never.
You flat out asked me, and because I said no, you thought I was gay. It's one of Colin Quinn's favorite things ever.
Are you gay? No, you're not gay. But anyway, so I'm really on a Quaalude. I was a whore, and it was
fucking Sandy.
Cocaine, double whore. And I really on a Quaalude, I was really very horny, and it was a horny pill. So I really feel that I don't think he stuck a Quaalude in anyone's drink. I think that they took it willingly, and an herbal pill? I mean,
well, I think possibly some of these women probably took the Quaalude on their own, but I also believe that he might have helped it along a little bit too by doing a little drop in the drink. The story continues. I think he's getting a bad rap, Sandy Kane says. These girls are exaggerating. He was a really great lover. Kane said she met Cosby outside the Comedy Store, like you said, in L.A., where she performed stand-up in the late 70s. We got in his car and snorted some cocaine.
Yeah.
Then he took me to his room at the Hyatt. It was the thing to do in those days. Take a Quaalude and have sex. Goldberg reaffirmed her innocent until proven guilty support for Cosby after the unsealing of a 2005 court document containing Cosby's admission that he obtained Quaalude prescriptions intending to give the sedative to women he wanted to have sex with.
But everyone did in those days. I mean, they were like, the thing to do. Everyone took a Quaalude, and Roar is 740, and you broke them up. I took another half after I was on a Quaalude when I met him, and then I took another half when I was, because, it kind of wears off. So
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't think, but
the
I do
papers went with this one.
I do understand that she's saying that back. Like if he said he gets Quaaludes to give girls just to make them, that's like buying someone a drink. But unless you're doing it like against their will, like if you're sneaking it into their drinks, that's different than saying, "Yeah, I got Quaaludes to fucking pass around." Like, hey, do you want to get high?
Yeah.
There's a different mentality in that than there is in slipping it in someone's drink.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
still.
don't. You can't slip a Quaalude in a drink. I don't think it would dissolve. And like Linda Stassi said, it didn't come out that he slipped anything in anyone's drink, and he isn't defending himself. And I'm surprised at that.
And you're saying he didn't rape you because I remember another story you told where you were absolutely raped, and then the next day you went to breakfast with the guy.
Oh, the truck driver.
And you didn't go to breakfast with the guy because you were scared for your life. You were hungry and you decided, okay, let's go to breakfast, right?
Well, do you know when a man has an orgasm in you, when his sperm is in you, there is a connection.
You're preaching to the choir.
Someone told me this, that there is a connection when a man does have an orgasm in you and his sperm is in you, and there's a closeness, even though he's a rapist. So this guy wasn't a bad guy. I mean, he was like he wasn't a bad guy. He really was.
Well, wouldn't the raping make him a bad guy, though?
I mean, the rapist, what could I do? He fucked me. He raped me. I got into his truck. You know, it was my fault, too, for getting in a fucking truck and hitchhiking to L.A. that I didn't even have. I was so poor, I didn't have the airfare to fucking go. So I fucking go into a truck, and you know, he rapes me, and he says, let's smoke a joint. We smoking a joint, going to L.A., and then he pulls on a service road, and he said, I want to have sex, I want to fuck. I said, no, man, no. And he would go in the back of his truck, and what could I do, man? You know, I had to get out of that situation, and you know, I don't think that a rape is as bad as people make it. The guy puts his dick in you, and he comes, and that's it. Luckily, you don't want to get a disease, and you don't want to be pregnant.
Wow.
Let me get the fuck out of this fucking truck.
Wow.
So we had, you know, I said, let me go with the flow. Man, we had Ohio. We're sitting there having fucking breakfast. And he gets me a fucking ride back to New York. Let me get back to New York. I didn't even go to L.A. And that was it. I had to make the best of what the fuck I did. And you make mistakes, but you don't kick.
Do you remember what you ordered for breakfast?
Do I remember? Good question. Good question. I don't toast English muffin with butter and
All right,
jelly.
wait. Todd in Ohio wants in on this. Go ahead, Todd. You're talking to our friend Sandy Kane. Todd.
Hey, boys.
Good morning.
Hello. It's kind of hard to rape somebody that's willing. Sandy.
Yeah. So you think I was willing with the truck driver?
No, willing with anybody.
You know, willing with anybody. No, I really didn't want to fuck a truck driver. I didn't know. I just really wanted a ride to L.A. and he had the truck, so we were riding. But I didn't want to fuck him. I didn't know him.
But
why should I?
I didn't say the truck driver. I said with anybody and everybody you've been with.
Oh, well, baby, where you from, bitch? Where you from? I mean, I'm not like the biggest whore in the world. People might think so, but I'm really not. I'm kind of discreet, except when I'm on a Quaalude, and I wasn't on a Quaalude when I was with the truck driver. No, and listen, hey, it was Bill Cosby. I was really in awe of Bill Cosby. He was a star, and I was a nobody. So, I was really very impressed by his fame.
And you had sex with Bill Cosby?
Yes.
You believe her, Jimmy?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what Sandy's life was like back then. She's saying that the store in the back, everybody hangs out.
Right.
They do. I don't know if Cosby went there. Again, that's so many years ago, so it could be true or it could be false. I just don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't disbelieve her. I mean, because she could have been at the store in 1978 or whatever and met Cosby.
And Sandy Kane loves suing people, so, this would be a great opportunity for her. But she's going the other way with this one.
Well, I just don't think that to jump on a bandwagon because everyone else does.
Right. Hold on.
Yeah, like you were talking about Hillary Clinton, and I'm really glad that you guys like Donald Trump. He's the only one with, and Chris Christie I kind of like too, because let me just a plug for Donald Trump.
Yes.
The year before I came out as a naked cowgirl, I joined Trump U. I went twice. I gave a few $1,000s to Trump U because I said to the people there, I said, you think Donald could help me with my entertainment career? I'm not into real estate. Oh, Donald could do anything. The year later, I came out as a naked cowgirl. It was like the best move I ever made. So I think that Donald wants to get jobs for people. And because I came out as a naked cowgirl, I got a lot of jobs for people. But I think he might have really helped me by me giving a few $1,000s to Trump U, helped me become the naked cowgirl. So I think he'd be a great president. And Hillary Clinton is a fucking follower. And as much as, a woman.
All right. Listen, Kate wants in badly here. Kate, you're on with Sandy Kane.
Hey, Sandy. I just want to let you know that to say that there's no way that Cosby would rape women because he had women throwing themselves at him is just a ridiculous statement about the reason why men rape women. They don't rape women to have sex with them. They rape them to humiliate them, and it's a violent act. It doesn't matter how many people are willing to give themselves to him. That's not why a person would rape someone.
Yeah, I think, listen, you're talking to a woman. I've been raped about 8 times in my life. So this is to be honest.
And it's also not your fault if you get in the truck with someone who rapes you. That's not your fault.
I know, sweetie. I really, but I really feel that men that rape women can't get laid.
Yeah, but that's 100% not true. You just proved it when you said women were throwing themselves at Cosby, and he's a rapist.
Why would he rape someone if he could get laid?
Well,
he wants to hurt them. He wants to violate them.
Mm-hmm.
That's not why he's having sex with a person who's throwing themselves on him after a show at a club. It's not an act of sex. It's an act of violence.
Yeah, but I don't think. I think rapists can't get laid.
No, you just proved that that's not
really
true.
do. I think the men that rape me can't get laid, so they say, "Hey, I'll just take it from this bitch because I can't get a woman. I will fuck this bitch." And that's exactly the rapist that raped me. I was raped by a gangster, Sally Burns, and they found him eventually in the back of a trunk in Brooklyn with his penis stuffed in his mouth because he fucking raped the wrong woman.
Wow. Gangster in Brooklyn to get hookers.
No.
You don't think a gangster in Brooklyn to get hookers. I guarantee you he's getting hookers, and I guarantee you girls from the neighborhood are sucking his dick whenever he wants. He raped you because he's a violent asshole. That's why.
But he couldn't get laid either. I think he really wanted to have a fucking with him.
That's 100% bullshit. Years ago, that DuPont guy, one of the richest dudes in the world, convicted of raping 30 women. My dad is like, oh my God, why does can't he afford prostitutes? I'm like, well, duh, he doesn't want a prostitute. He wants to hurt a woman. That's why he's raping people.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just the men that have raped me couldn't get laid. Even the truck driver, he's I got a woman, I'll fuck her. I just wanted to put my dick in a woman. Because men have those type of, they want to, have orgasms in women.
Yeah,
I think I'm not a man.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think that, generally, when I hear people say that he wouldn't do it, or a man who has means or who has a girlfriend or a wife wouldn't rape someone because he can get it whenever he wants, it's just a fucking ridiculous statement because it's two separate things.
Yeah, but a lot of times he's tired of his wife's pussy, so he wants another one. You get tired of the same woman, and tired of, I have her whenever I want. This woman doesn't really want me, and it's just a challenge to the, I really don't know how men think. But all I know is...
Well, I think Kate's making a good point, Sandy. I mean, if the guy's sick of his wife's pussy, then maybe he would go to a prostitute. It would be a lot easier. Why risk getting arrested for a violent act and going to jail and fucking up your whole life?
Well, all I know is Quaaludes made you very horny, and he had Quaaludes, and I don't think he forced anyone to take them, and it was a thing to do. Everyone had Quaaludes and had sex with Quaaludes. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kate. One more call before we let Sandy King go. Frankie in Texas. Go ahead, Frankie.
Hi, Opie. Hi, Jim. I'm flabbergasted at this woman. Just because you have low self-esteem and you don't value yourself, it's okay for a man to rape you? Is that the statement you're really making?
No, I did not say it was all right. But when you're with someone and you get into a truck with someone, that I had to go with I had to make the best of it. Okay, so and as I said, there is a biological thing. Someone told me that when a man puts his sperm in you, there's a connection. You feel for that man. And
no, you don't. No, you don't. That makes
have you ever been raped?
No
have
sense.
you ever been raped?
No, I have not.
Okay, so you don't know. You don't even know. You don't even know about that. So there is someone once told me that there's a feeling when a man has his sperm in you, that there's a connection because, but anyway, the truck driver was like, had a good personality, really. I mean, and we had breakfast. I said, let me get the fuck back. He got me a safe ride back to New York with this really nice other truck driver, and I just couldn't wait to get back to New York. I said, let me just, it really woke me up to say, hey, wake the fuck up. You're not going to L.A. Stay in New York. Look for a job. Don't get murdered. So,
so I'm a truck driver, actually, and I was trained by a man. So because I was trained by that man, I was on the truck with that man for about 2 months. Was I just if he were to make advances at me and I said no and he raped me, I was supposed to be okay with that? That's what you're saying?
No, what am I supposed to do?
Because he was my mentor?
No, I just wanted to I just wanted to get back to New York, and what could I do?
Or go to L.A. No.
Get out of the truck. There are millions of trucks going to and from New York every day on the road. Get out of the truck and try someone else. You're not supposed to accept that, and I feel so sorry for you, for you to have that image of yourself that you can be someone's toilet. And just be okay with that and just walk, oh, well, he needed to get off full fucking shit.
Well, I'm still here, bitch, and I'm still talking about it, and
I did not, okay, hold on, I'm not a fucking bitch. I didn't call your old ass a bitch, so don't fucking go there, okay?
Well, hey, I can say fucking bitch if I want to you.
And I call you a stupid fucking cunt, you stupid
oh my bitch. I told you
my
bitch.
God, you are so stupid. And Jimmy and Opie, how are y'all letting this woman sit up here and spew this ignorance?
First of all, Sandy can say because Sandy can say whatever she wants, and I happen to find Sandy delightful.
Oh my God!
I think she's a bit off on the whole rape discussion, but
I love you, Jim. Don't do that. Don't do that.
But you know what?
Keep me as a fan.
I don't agree that I don't think that because you get in a truck you deserve to be raped. I think what she's saying is, hey, I was stupid. It wasn't a smart decision, but it doesn't mean you deserve to have something bad happen to you.
Yeah.
Well, you had to go with the flow of your life, Were you ever in a life-threatening situation?
Yeah, but no one's questioning why you did it. No one is saying, how come you let that guy rape you? I mean, you probably just did what you had to do to survive. But I don't think he was necessarily a good guy if he did that. He's a scumbag.
I don't think yeah.
He was a total scumbag, but I had to go with, he got me a safe ride back, and I was there. I said, hey, man.
What part of it was a safe ride back?
Yeah, what would have constituted a dangerous ride back? I mean, that's a bad ride.
He kept his hands 10 and 2 after he raped you?
Yeah.
Does that make it a safe ride back?
Paid for the breakfast. I wrote some postcards when I was there. I was in Ohio, and whatever. I bought some postcards, sent them home. And it's from Ohio. I said, let me make the best of this shit. It's like, do you ever go on a date and you fuck the guy and so you have breakfast in the morning? And so that was what I did.
But Sandy, stop! You should stop saying he paid for breakfast, like that was this amazing act of altruism. The guy was a creep, and you just kind of took the breakfast because that was your way of going, hey, look.
Or maybe dealing with it a little bit.
Yeah, so you didn't feel like you'd just been violated. You're trying to make it look like he was a nicer guy just so you don't feel as horrible about it. Mm-hmm. But he was a shitty dude.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not saying he's a great guy, but I'm just saying, no, he was like, you're hitchhiking, and this is he said, come on, 1 million guys have done this to you. I go, no, I don't usually hitchhike, and he said, come on, you're used to this. So he did say that to me.
Yeah, he was awful.
Frankie, anything else you want to say to Sandy Kane before we let you go?
I love you guys. I'm a new listener. I listen to you all every day. I love you, Jim. I love you.
Thank you.
You all have a great day, all right?
What about Opie? Don't you love him?
Yeah, what's up, Frankie?
I said
All right.
I love you guys.
All right.
I love Jim's personality.
She loves me more because I'm single and available.
Ooh, Frankie.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, Frankie. Wow, we're up to 3 female listeners now.
Yes,
that's awesome.
amazing. Congratulations.
Things are looking up because of the Stangles. Finally.
Finally.
Fuck, we got a new female listener.
Yeah.
That's what you've brought to the show.
That's right. By the way, there's a...
Sandy Kane, we got to let you go, all right?
Thanks for the call, Sandy.
All right?
Okay, honey. Bye.
We'll see you soon. Sandy Kane, the naked cowgirl. You can see her pretty much any day in Times Square.
A true delight, as I like to say. There's another woman in the paper just crying and hey, look, they want his full testimony in that sealed thing. A piece of it was leaked, but why not release all of it?
Right. Because that'll give, I think that'll give some women a peace of mind in a way, right? A little bit.
Maybe it wasn't pertinent to the rape thing. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah. All right. We're going to take a break. We have another Cosby clip. Yes, we will play the barbecue sauce scene from the Cosby Show.
Where's Dan Soder?
Everyone's requesting that.
He just got here. As soon as we come back, he'll be here with us.
All right. So we got Dan Soder joining the show next, and in just a little bit, we got Bill Hader coming in.
Bill Hader is in at 9:30. Really, really funny guy. He's co-starring with Amy in Trainwreck.
He's great.
Yeah, he's really funny, man.
Do you know him?
I do. Well, I had met him before, I think. But I dealt with him on the set. He was really, really a nice dude, and he treated everybody well.
Yeah.
And extremely funny, and he's just comfortable performing. He was great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting him.
This is a great Alan Alda too.
Yeah.
Oh, we got
great Alan Alda.
Yeah, and I didn't get him to do it, and Amy's like, he's great, he'll do it. I'm like, I can't ask him to do it.
For a radio show, we can, though.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm embarrassed, but he does do a goddamn... There's some audition tape from him and SNL doing Alan Alda, and I'm like, if I could do that, you'd never hear from Jim Norton again. All you'd hear is Alan Alda.
Where's the Alan Alda now?
The name of this show would be Opie with Alan. And I would just do it fucking 3.5 hours.
Why don't we'll find that clip, we'll play it after the break. We'll get Bill Hader in here as well as Dan Soder. Stay there. 50 cents broke, huh? Or is he broke?
Is he?
Some are saying he's not really broke. This is a thing people do.
I don't think... I mean, he's not going to be completely broke. He's going to have some money.
Good morning, Dan Soder.
Good morning, Opie.
I was on the Twitter yesterday, and 50 Cent was trending. And, boy, a lot of people making a 50 Cent...
That's an obvious joke.
Yesterday.
That's the obvious joke, Opie.
Well, I guess when you tweet it, you think it's an original idea, and then then you realize that there's another 1,000 people that have the exact same tweets.
I wasn't even interested in the joke just because I remember that vitamin water deal. He got so much fucking money.
Yeah, we all remember that, right?
That I was like, how is it possible that he's bankrupt? Mm-hmm. And then you read the story, and it's all because of his sex tape. It's all pussy, man. It all takes you down.
Well, he lost a lot of money with the sex tape.
That's what got this whole thing going.
And so I think this is a way of not paying. He's like, whoa, I'm broke. Let's declare bankruptcy.
I would be the biggest 50 Cent fan if that's why he did this.
I would bet...
Just to not pay this girl money?
I would bet a lot of money that he's still a millionaire in one way or another.
They said his assets are over like $30 million.
Don't believe this. 50 Cent is not broke to the point where he had to declare bankruptcy. I think this is more of a strategy.
Do you remember...
A legal strategy.
Do you remember the video he made when him and Floyd Mayweather were going through that, and he said he would give $750,000 to the Ice Bucket Challenge if Floyd Mayweather read a page of Harry Potter on Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah.
You watch that video, and he takes that, I think it's in his backyard, and it's at an estate.
Yeah.
It looks like whenever in movies, like mafia bosses are skeet shooting.
Right.
That's what it looks like, 50 Cent. That's what 50 Cent's backyard looks like.
I think Tyson warned him not to buy that house, though. That could be a problem.
Yeah,
I think it's one of those, what do they call them? Mega mansions?
It's an estate.
That's the new thing out there in Hollywood. They're building mega mansions now. I mean, a mansion's not good enough. Now they have to be mega mansions. NBC New York tweeted 50 cents. 50 cents. This is what they tweeted. 50 cents is saying that he's out of change.
Fuck them all. Yeah. I hate all those goddamn jokes. It's all Uncle humor.
Jimmy had the line, though. We're talking about 50 Cent for a second because we came back with a little 50 Cent.
That guy doesn't have 2 quarters to rub together. Yeah, Danny boy. Danny boy.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's a great uncle joke.
Yeah,
you
know.
Walk right in.
Boy, should have changed his name to 100 million. Oh, no. Pop lock.
Oh,
boy.
Where was your tweet, man? Jimmy had the tweet yesterday.
Oh, God. Let's see here. Holy mackerel.
Why can't I find your fucking tweet? Okay, Jim Norton. 50 Cent is broke. I think Get Rich or Die Trying was missing a word.
Yes,
That's
that
the
one
line.
maybe a bit
What was it? I was looking at the paper.
Oh, Dan. Oh, Dan.
I got distracted. What'd you get distracted by? I was reading a Jim Norton tweet.
Oh,
I already...
Everything stops when we read Jim Norton tweets. Don't you understand that?
Yeah.
Everyone has to focus and pay attention.
I stopped paying attention.
I don't blame you, Dan. It really was a non-event. However,
he tweeted, Dan.
Okay.
Now listen carefully, because there's some cleverness in this, okay?
Yeah, this is a finely crafted joke.
Jim Norton on Twitter yesterday, 50 Cent is broke. Question mark, question mark. So I should have said 50 Cent is broke. I think Get Rich or Die Trying was missing a word.
See, Dan?
That's so good!
See, Dan? It's this word.
No.
You know, Big J was on Twitter doing something with him at the comic show. We should have had him on to talk about that.
What happened?
So it was like with William Stevenson.
Yeah. Can we call him?
Who, Big J?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Who's William? I'm out on this.
William's a comedian. He's at the Cellar all the time. He would work there, but Jay had a problem with the owner of the Strip.
Yeah, it went, and then Jay tweeted out the Twitter conversation or the text conversation that he had with the comic strip owner. If you go to the introbang.com, Interrobang, and that's how dumb I am. I don't know.
No, I always fuck it up too, but I decided to finally figure out how to say it. Interrobang.
Interrobang. They
INTERRO. The Interrobang.
Check your Twitter, trap dog. You text us.
Big J. Okerson says legendary comedy club owner is threatening to ban him from every New York club. New York club.
It's such an 80s club owner thing where they're like, I'm going to tell the other owners and then we're not going to work you.
You'll never work this town again, kid.
It's you clearly don't know. But
by the way, people that do know about bankruptcy are saying this is like a corporate thing and his personal money is different. So he could still be, a millionaire and declare bankruptcy to get out of a company or whatnot.
It's
or getting out of paying, the fine for the sex tape thing.
But how can his personal, if he's the one personally who did it, how can his personal be free?
I don't know.
Like I don't know how, but they say it was a restructuring just to avoid paying.
I think we need Frankie, the truck driver in Texas, to explain this to us.
Yeah.
She probably knows.
I'm more interested in why he's doing something so poorly thought out. Like, why would you put someone's private tape on without a written consent?
Yeah, I mean, he's been known to do some crazy shit, right?
He's in here soon, isn't he?
I can't wait. I think next week.
Okay.
He is? Yeah. You want to come back?
For 50 Cent?
Yeah.
No, I'm okay. I'll listen to that one. I don't want to be in the studio. You guys are
well, why were you getting all excited about that then?
Because I was just like, we're talking about him. You guys, you can be here next week. It's like,
He is the coolest guy.
Really?
We were a little... I should speak for myself. I was intimidated when 50 Cent came in the first time, and he was so cool. We loved him. We all got along. We had I remember having a good time with him.
I had so many good jokes. He walked in. I said, "Hello, Mr. Five Dimes. How are you?" He couldn't have been sweeter.
He's here on the 21st.
Yes, next week, a week from today.
I wonder if he'll talk about that case because a lot of guys, the legal stuff, they don't want to discuss it while it's happening.
We left Jay Okerson a message, so when he calls in, we'll discuss the whole thing.
Jay Okerson.
Hey, we're gonna have Bill Hader in a few minutes here, the star of Trainwreck.
Yes,
Dan Soder's in Trainwreck.
Yeah, I got a good makeout scene.
Near the dumpster.
Yeah, dumpster guy.
And you're in silhouette, but we all
that giant
recognize that head.
That fetal alcohol syndrome head.
Recognize that head.
It was always my head size that made me question my mom's, like, hey, how much did you drink?
Yeah.
What were you
doing?
Did you
have sex under Mount Rushmore?
She apparently fucked under power lines while drinking a handle of vodka. And she didn't stop.
That Trainwreck movie's good.
Fucking great.
You said you saw it last night finally, huh?
Yeah, I saw a screening last night. It was fucking awesome.
We're all going tonight to the premiere.
Yeah, I'll be there as well.
We're going to check it out.
Where was the screening?
It was down in the financial district.
They got
some street, North End Avenue, I think.
Right. Yeah, I liked it a lot.
God, it was fucking really good.
And her acting's ridiculous.
It's a movie where it's like, I saw old Sam Roberts out in the hallway, and I was telling him, usually when I go see a friend's movie.
Sam still works here?
I think so.
I mean, like this time of day?
He's showing up. I think he just shows up to smile at all the guests.
Goes, hey, what's up?
He's like, hey, but I was telling Sam, most of the time when you go see a friend's, or in my experience, all my friends are like in shitty independents. And so you're like, I'll go see your movie. Your fucking dumb movie. And then at the end, I got to be like, it was like a real movie. But Amy, when I went to go see Trainwreck, when the Universal thing came around, you're like, oh shit.
It's a real movie.
Fucking
This is the
giant.
real deal.
Yeah.
And then it's just a great movie. You lose, like, I just watched it like it was watching a regular movie.
No, what makes it a real deal? She has like helicopter fucking shots, okay?
Yes. Yeah. There's that shot.
That's got to be expensive.
Colin Quinn is so fucking
He's
funny
great
in that movie.
I think Colin's going to get some work out of this.
Yeah, I think so. Colin's not a bad actor when he applies himself.
Is this actor Jim?
Yeah, Colin called me. He didn't know what to do. I said, just apply yourself, Colin. Have faith.
Study the role.
Yeah, just be you.
Did it be you?
You got the invite for Colin's thing? He's got another one-man show?
Yes, he does.
About New York now?
Amazing.
When was he working on that? I thought he was still doing the Constitution.
No. For a while, he's been doing the racial
I had no
thing.
idea.
Yeah.
I saw him run it last year at the Woodstock Comedy Festival when it was brand new.
Can't wait to see this.
It's the fucking best one.
I think it's next week. We got the invite to go check it out.
I can't make it.
Before it hits.
However, it's the 23rd.
Yes.
I'll be away working. But Colin's premiere is in the city. I don't know where.
Yeah, Cherry Lane Theater.
Okay.
But the Constitution one, they never filmed, huh?
I think they did.
They did.
They finally film it? Because that was brilliant, man.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
This one, though, is like, if you're a Colin Quinn fan, this one's the fucking best, because it's like him and, talking about Brooklyn in the 70s.
He understands New York. Well, a lot of that's in his book.
Yeah, the coloring book.
But
which I found very offensive. I thought stereotypes should not be played on and made fun of, Dan.
Especially in book form. I'm so dumb, I couldn't even...
They should be denied, and they should be tucked away in a corner.
I'm such a dumb stoner. I was trying to think of literature, and I couldn't even think of that. I was like, books, pages, page books.
How about Huck Finn?
What a classic.
Sure is. I usually hate the classics, Dan. I think they stink, most of them. They're overrated. That fucking Scarlet Letter and Hester Prynne. Ugh.
What about Grapes of Wrath?
I don't remember that one. I read the abridged version. It was wine.
I read that.
Still got it.
Yeah, I zip them right out.
I read some of those classics, and I couldn't tell you the first thing about them.
No, you had to cheat. You had to read a couple chapters to cheat.
The Cliff Notes.
Yeah. So what's the new one? There's like a different version of Cliff Notes now that they come out with.
What do you mean?
Probably the Cliff app.
What do you mean there's new Cliff Notes?
There's like a different thing called like Zapped or something. I was doing a college and some kid was showing me it.
Isn't it kind of stupid to go to school nowadays?
Yeah.
When you could Google anything? How are they getting around that in school? Why the fuck do you have to learn anything if it's on your phone in an instant?
They honestly, if they see you with your phone out, the professor comes up behind you and opens your throat with a knife.
Oh, okay.
Just slits it in
that's a reason
Colombian
to stay in school.
necktie. People say it's a little harsh for cheating, but
and then looks at the person next to you and goes, "Don't fuck with me."
Isn't that a challenge though for these kids? Why learn anything if it's on your phone?
To retain knowledge.
And you could teach your stuff. You could teach yourself stuff every day by just going around your phone.
No one teaches themselves shit with their phone. You look at the same 4 apps.
Yeah,
and then you go right back to your email.
You're right.
I disagree.
Oh,
Dan.
Dan,
I teach myself quite a bit on the phone.
Have you been progressing in your learning of Japanese?
Sometimes I'll look up cities of intrigue.
God damn it! I wanted to punch you in the chest right when that last sentence came out. Cities of intrigue. You fucking asshole.
You know you want to know what's on that list now. You need to know what's on that list.
What,
right?
for Jimmy? Cities of intrigue?
Yeah.
Thailand.
All right, go.
I'm just wondering cities in Thailand. I'm like, Bangkok. South Bangkok.
That's not true at all, Dan. I happened to look up the religious beliefs of Malaysian mayors, and you'd be surprised what I discovered. It's in my new book.
Is it?
Yes.
What's your new
religious
book?
belief of Malaysian mayors.
Timbuktu? Is Timbuktu on that list?
One and Timbuktu.
Timbuktu on that list?
Yeah. Tim in the river. Remember that one?
Cities of Intrigue?
No.
Timbuktu, maybe?
That probably. I think
that would make the list. I think
it was all just Thailand.
Any New York cities make that list? I mean, American cities.
None of them? No cities of interest in
Of intrigue in America? There's no cities of intrigue in America.
Well, I might just be the only patriot in the room.
Had a boy, Dan. Way to look at it.
Yeah.
Maybe Detroit. There's some intrigue up there.
Why not in the heartland of America? Why not Omaha?
Omaha.
Come on.
City of intrigue?
I don't know.
We got bartenders at Scottish-themed bar. They're going to stop wearing kilts because women kept grabbing their penises. If you're a bartender, when you want your penis grabbed?
No, now it's all soft and you're trying to get work done.
Yeah, and there's ugly girls. It's not like it's just fucking models.
Well, you got to deal with some pigs.
Yeah. Just these land monsters grabbing soft dick.
Yeah.
Just like it's fruit. Just like a fucking baboon trying to grab a banana. just squeezing dick.
Yeah, grabbing your pubis fat and your dick and squeezing it if it's one entity.
It's not going to be a clean grab, too.
No.
They're not getting just shaft right above the head. They're just grabbing fucking ball and thigh.
Yeah, just fucking
a little of everything.
Sloppy ring housewife grabs.
Can we at least get women to admit that they're just as fucking gross as men are and that they do the same things?
It's starting to come out.
That they, like the Magic Mike thing.
They love the Magic Mike thing, right?
Well, they should. But don't get mad at us for liking tits and ass, right, Jim?
Boy, I love a good tits and ass, Dan. You know me.
Nice TNA.
TNA Jimmy. That was my nickname in high school. This fucking guy likes tit and ass, folks.
Stay away from Jim.
Barman in popular Scottish-themed venue have to abandon their kilts due to women lifting them up and even grabbing their penises. Steph at Hootenanny said the problem
they should get their dicks grabbed if they work at a place called Hootenanny.
Absolutely. Particularly
Don't blame the victim,
bad at weekends when large groups of drunk women would circle around the staff.
Like sharks.
Owner Kit Frazier told the paper that the attacks were pure sexism. Frazier said it may seem funny, but it is serious too. The women are sticking their hands up their kilts. Can you imagine if I went into a restaurant and stuck my hand up a girl's skirt? I would be taken to the police station, and rightly so.
Yeah, Kit needs to get a hold of himself.
I look at women when they come in the bar. Their eyes, black eyes.
Would you really be bothered by that?
Doll's eyes roll back over.
They see those kilts, and their eyes roll back on their head.
I'll never wear a kilt again.
Not when booze is around and the women circling.
The worst part is when I see that fat housewife hand creeping towards my knee, Chief.
I say, oh, fuck. Yeah, fuck them. They work at a bar where they wear skirts and women.
I think guys in general aren't bothered by that, though.
There's easily someone that liked it. One of the male employees
didn't mind it at all. And how often was it really happening?
I wouldn't want an ugly or fucking aggressive, ugly lady grabbing my dick. Though.
Where was
do
this?
it right?
Hootenanny, wherever the fuck that is. Huh? It's in Scotland?
Yeah.
It's in Scotland.
Oh, so this is a Scottish bar.
Yeah, Scottish bar. So then no more kilts for those guys.
Yeah.
Well,
so
that's what they get for embracing their own culture.
But that's not the story of the day. Man arrested for jerking off a horse while he jerked off.
That sounds just like a concerned horse owner.
Absolutely. Sounds like somebody saw someone jerking me off. Go ahead.
What goes in?
There we go.
What goes through your mind where you need to jerk off a horse?
Wow, that's a big dick. I'd love to grab it.
Yeah. I wonder what it feels like. Now I need to compare it to something.
Yeah.
But if only I had my own dick.
A 56-year-old man faces charges after authorities say he was spotted sexually abusing a horse.
It's not abusing a horse. If you're jerking a horse, why is that sexually abusing a horse? But if you're trying to milk his cum for $50,000, you're a fucking entrepreneur.
Yeah, you're the same. It's the same thing.
This guy's just not selfish.
Why don't
this guy's doing it for the love of the sport?
Yeah, these guys tease horses and they fucking make the horse come and they sell the loads. This guy's just doing it for the love of the jizz.
I don't think animals are bothered by this type
How
of thing.
could they be?
I really don't think they're bothered by this. You see some of these videos and they're just eating. They don't even give a fuck that you're violating it.
How many pumps do you think he got off after they were like, "Hey, you!" And he's like, "Huh?" He's still just jacking the horse. He's like, "I don't want to stop right now."
Yeah, the horse. You see the horse is like taking his fucking hoof and going like, "Ah!" He's trying to back the guys off. Hey, come on, get out of here! You're ruining this. Nothing to see here, boys. He's shooing them away with his tail.
There's a bunch of flies.
He's trying to get his load off while the cop is going, "What's going on? What's going on behind over there?" See, and the guy's like, "Get out of here!"
Move away from that horse. Why is he thrusting at your arm?
The horse's owner and 2 other witnesses told the sheriff's deputy they spotted Glenn, a Garbutt, masturbating himself and the horse while on his property on June 4th.
That's a guy who can multitask. I respect that. I respect that.
That's the ultimate chew gum and walk.
And then they had, it's not clear why the horse was on Garbutt's property. I think it's very clear why the horse was on his property.
Sure is. If you thought a sugar cube got a horse back, try milking his cum all over your sandals. Nothing gets a horse faster than a load coming out.
What do you mean it's not clear why the horse was on his property?
They'll come to the end of the fence for an apple. You jerk off. All he had to do. Glenn's amazing. He walks outside and goes, and 3 of them run over. I've never seen anything like it.
Have y'all seen Glenn? I think he's a horse whisperer.
Yeah, he sure is. I've never seen anything. That wild one run away.
If you bought a new one down, you should bring it over to Glenn. He'll get it right as rain.
Yeah. And they come right over. Yeah.
Just trollops up.
Sometimes they just hear the screen door open and they 4 or 5 of them run over to the fence.
Most amazing thing, they'll put their legs right up on the fence.
But, guys, it's not clear why the horse was on Garbutt's property.
Yeah, it was on his property because he had a heart on. Yeah, and the horse was heard saying something like, "This isn't going to jerk itself, you know." "I'd do it, Glenn, but I got these things," and he pointed to his hooves.
Yeah, can you imagine Glenn's disapproving girlfriend is just in the house, and she's like, "Glenn, there's another horse in the backyard."
"I know what you've been doing. No, let me smell your hand." His hand.
Look how strong your forearms are.
His hand smells like raw animal, like wet animal.
Like feed and wet grass.
You ever smell a wet dog hair? That's what Glenn's hand would smell like.
Oh, God. Well, the story gets better. Garbutt ran when the deputy found him. Of course he ran. The deputy...
And then the horse ran after him.
Yeah, come back here. I'm not finished. And the horse trampled the deputy and whinnied cockblocker. And started whinnying, "Come back, Glenn."
So he's running away naked. The deputy repeatedly warned Garbutt
was naked?
that he would be tased if he did not stop running. Garbutt, of course, continued to run.
Sure.
And he was tased at least 3 times before the deputy and other authorities who arrived as backup were able to arrest him.
Why don't you leave Glenn alone?
When the deputy
You
told
would say Peter Dinklage in season 5. Why don't you fucking leave Glenn alone?
Poor Glenn.
God bless him.
He was arrested on suspicion of sexual assault of an animal. The 56-year-old yelled that he didn't have sex with a horse.
True.
At that point, the deputy had not mentioned anything about a horse.
Jerking a horse off.
Oh, wow. You read that?
What?
I mean, you hear that? So they're starting to accuse him of some things, and he yelled out, "I did not have sex with a horse." At that point, the deputy had not mentioned anything about a horse.
Well, I guess that they all knew that when you're nude running out of the horse stable, we all know why we're here.
Yeah. It's not just to roll around in the hay.
Yeah.
Comfortably.
Glenn didn't think that he needed to be a legal eagle. I think the unspoken thing is, you're here because I'm in the horse barn with fucking Vaseline up to my wrist.
But I wonder if it's one of those local cop things where they know what's going on and they're like, "Hey, I gotta come down here.
Yeah.
I gotta call again."
Yep. Whenever they see a hat hanging outside the horse barn, like, that's old Glenn in there.
Yeah.
It's like that story from yesterday with the guy who was caught naked and drunk in the pig farm.
Yes.
And he said, "I just like pigs."
Just like pigs. I certainly relate to that.
Had a pig or two?
Oh, my God. That could have been my hotel on any road gig. Surrounded by pigs, handing them all money.
Yeah.
It's greased up.
Oh, God.
Bunch of greased up pigs trying to get a finger in my hiney.
Glenn, we had to come by. We heard the Woody Guthrie playing in the barn. We know what you're up to.
Yeah, the cows are making noise. The cows all hate it.
The chickens are just going ape shit.
Yeah. All the loud animals.
You just hear the noise of his hand. This time I'm gonna do myself too. All right, butterscotch.
Well, the owner.
You all right it's all right if I do me too?
The owners wake up because the horse is exasperated, hoof scratching on the barn door. They jump up. They're so happy, and they're like against the fucking.
What is that? It's just go to sleep. It's lightning outside. That sounds like horse hooves again.
Yeah, why are they so excited? The flashlight comes and he has to hide behind the excited horse.
It's breathing heavy because it's a fucking task to jerk off a horse.
But the horse doesn't know it's wrong, so he just keeps fucking whinnying and causing a ruckus.
A ruckus.
Police are outside. Shut up. Police are coming. Horses know what cops are.
Yeah. You tell anybody about this, we can't be friends anymore.
Yeah, you gotta keep it down. Quit whinnying.
Shh, butterscotch.
Come on, boy. Easy, boy.
Hold up.
Hold you, you know what. Hold your friends.
You want the chicken audio? We haven't played it in a while. Have you ever heard the chicken audio on our show?
No. What is it?
It's a guy.
It's me when Steve Martin approached me.
After what you wrote about him in your book?
Yes.
For people that don't know. Well, it's a guy fucking a chicken, Dan Soder. We can't really sugarcoat this one.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This is a O&A classic.
Yes.
Do we have this audio?
Macht es Spaß? Du Hühnerficker.
Ja, irre. Ich bin ganz wild auf diese Henne. Festhalten.
Ja.
Ja. Ah, nun wird's gut. Ja, gleich. Ja.
So haunting.
It's so disturbing.
It almost sounds like
I just don't feel like that's funny anymore.
I feel like so sad for the animal.
Am I the only one?
He's being agonized. He's being ripped up.
We used to have belly laughs over this. I don't feel the same. I must say.
I imagine that the chicken's a size queen, and it's just like, oh yes!
Oh, nice. A nice spin on that.
Yeah.
To keep it all happy for everyone.
It's a positive. And I also just kept thinking of the beginning of mariachi songs where it goes,
I don't think that was a good idea playing that.
Poor chicken.
I was expecting something a little different there. That's horrific now.
I hope that the two of those people were killed. Fucking a chicken, putting your big dick in a little old chicken.
I mean, I'm amazed that they could catch it.
Yeah, that's true. That's
agility.
That's actually from the DVD extras on Rocky 2.
Catch it, come on.
You gotta be grease lightning.
Yeah, you're gonna crap like that.
You can catch a chicken and learn a foreign language and stick your dick in it. I feel like a Kentucky Fried Idiot.
Hey, Nick, this thing is, I don't think this thing wants me inside.
You gotta fuck it, Rock. You gotta fuck it.
I just feel like it keeps looking back at me like it don't want me in it. It keeps clamping up like it's trying to get away.
Scratching my balls with his little claws.
Hey, Nick, these claws are hurting my balls something awful. I don't know if I should be doing this.
Hey, put Adrian's hat over his face so he gets confused and stops moving. Terrible Rocky.
Bad Rocky. Sorry. It's a great rock.
I ruined everything with my bad impression.
That's wonderful.
Yes, I did. I don't do a good chicken impression either. Here's my chicken. Cluck, 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 cluck.
That audio wasn't fun.
No, it sounds like when you put on like audio of like one of those Faces of Death
Well, those
videos.
are fake.
Yeah.
They're all fake.
What about the band from TV? That shit ain't fake.
Dr. Francis B. Gross.
They had a couple things that might have been real, and the rest they had a film.
Those VHS, I remember those tapes we used to get, the band from TV where like the chick gets hit by the train. That's not fake.
Some of them are not fake news footage or
They do the South American like kidnapping thing where the guy gets shot in the chest with a shotgun at point blank range.
Oh, it's all mild now, Dan. Come on.
Well, before
It's your idea of terrible? Come on.
Before the internet, these news channels would trade their footage all around the country to other news organizations. stuff they couldn't show on TV.
And now we have access to all that at our fingertips.
And then people absolutely started making, tapes back in the day of that shit. Where's Bill Hader, by the way?
He's not supposed to be here till 9:30.
Oh, I thought it was 8:30.
No.
9:30.
Oh, okay. I'm sitting here wondering where Bill Hader is.
No, we have a little time.
Oh, good. So we could play the Cosby clip then.
We have Cosby. We have the Alan Alda Bill Hader clip for.
You want to? Well, you referenced the Alan Alda, Jim Norton. So, and I also want to play Jim Norton on Propofol from yesterday. I want you to hear how you sounded.
Oh my!
When we had Randy Blythe in here.
Did I sound
from Lamb of God? Yeah, if we could find that from yesterday when Jimmy called in during the first part of the interview before he got back in studio.
I left while I was still. I got a colonoscopy.
Why?
I just, there was a teeny bit of blood in not the stool, but the old rectum, mild. And they said it could be a bunch of things. And so we wanted to go in and check, and it was fine.
Just trying to check things out,
yeah,
Dan.
The worst part's wiping the cum off your leg.
Hey.
I mean, it was mine.
Someone got milked.
Here's Bill Hader doing Alan Alda that Jimmy referenced, and and then we're looking for the audio from
this. Is one of my favorite impressions.
Sandy Kane.
So nice, you guys let me come down here. You got your lights, your flag there.
Alan Alda as Biff?
Guy's great. Wait a second, let me get this straight. This morning McFly covered my convertible in horse manure, so now I have to beat him up and beat his dad up?
Actually, they're the same age.
They're the same. The dad and the son are the same age. Wow, well, this is it's a real wild movie you guys are making here. Godspeed. I want in. Who do I...
Such a good impression.
Yeah.
He does Alan Alda again on the Top Gun.
Oh, okay.
Missed auditions, and that one's just as fucking great.
If you guys can find that too, that would be...
He's just Alan Alda talking about jets.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
I saw Alan Alda the other day.
Again?
Yeah, once
you see him a lot.
I do. Hi, Alan.
Does he live in your guys'
area?
He lives close to us.
We're roommates. Yeah.
What a fun sitcom.
He hates I just won't stop calling him Hawkeye. He's like, I'm Alan. I'm like, yeah, but
really, you're Hawkeye.
Yeah.
He's over it, you think?
Yeah, every morning I wake him up before I go do radio. I just put my mouth against his door and I go, through a cup. And he hates it.
He just wakes up crazy scared and then goes back to bed.
He keeps threatening to move out. He's like, I got a wife at home.
And then he goes, stop it! And you go, all right, I'll see you when I get home, Hawkeye.
Right. See you soon, H.E.
Hey, don't forget to fill up the water filter.
Yeah, where you going? What are you going to do? Move out of here and go to Crabapple Cove? He hates it.
Let's see. We're finding the Bill Hader from Top Gun.
Oh, he does a great Harvey Firestein.
Yeah. All right,
I'm going to wait till Bill's in.
Oh, I think you had it. There it is. Yeah, let's watch it.
Get 1 week of meals plus go online.
What? 1 week of meals? What is that about?
Did not sound like Alan Alda.
Oh. There's a little video playing in the background.
Paxton.com.
Oh, it's still there somewhere.
Ads on here.
Oh, boy, you can't find it. It's
I'll find it on different websites.
There.
It's a hidden ad playing in the background.
I hate those. They always happen when you're like on Pornhub or whatever. You're jerking off to something and then you hear a girl's voice. Hi, call me.
Yeah. What's the British Asian girl? She's always ahead of most porn videos on the free sites where she's like, do you want to chat? And it's just some Chinese chick. And you're like, why the fuck?
Yeah, why would you want to talk to me? Immediately my low self-esteem comes out and I go, it's lying. Yeah. You're not real.
You don't really want me.
Yeah. You want my money.
You want my free money.
You don't care about money. You care about my money.
My brother's bothered by something I said on the air. How did they...
Was it that your brothers?
How do they skip over your line? Some of those videos, the horse is just eating hay. And then he writes, how many of these videos have you seen or watched?
Yeah.
Hey, man, we're in this business. You get to see some weird shit.
Absolutely. You got to jerk off to what you got to jerk off.
Big J showed me the video of the guy dying.
Mr. Hands, yes. Kenneth Pinion. He's been covered on this show a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one I can't. That was.
But, you know, when people are having sex with some of these animals, that's where I get the idea that they're not bothered by it because they're doing other things while they're getting, quote, violated, like eating still.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, but the one that killed the guy, he wasn't eating.
No, he was burying his dick fucking balls deep in that naughty Fucking Bozo. Was he a Boeing engineer?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was.
Gave him a good deep dicking. Yeah. And you see the horse go, oh, yeah, he's Halloween. Came. His fucking creepy friend is the best. He's egging him on.
That's the fucking worst part. He's like, come on. Got him ready.
How do you find a friend that's gonna, partake in this and help you out with your fantasy?
Oh man, horse dick. Oh.
Yeah, everyone leaves the bar and he goes, "Hey,
how do you
Craig,
start
can I
that
talk to you?"
conversation? Right? How do you start that conversation?
Hey, I'm gonna get this guy another drink. Hey, you want to sit around and talk to me real quick? I got a thing I want to do. I might need your help on. You know that horse I've been seeing? I want you to tape us.
Yeah, could you put your hands? Make sure you don't move your hands out of the way, because he'll go all the way in.
I need what we call in this business a guide hand.
Well, you know what it was? The other guy was doing a prank show where Kenneth thinks that Mr. Hands is going to help him, but watch this.
Wait for the reveal. Wait for it.
Yeah, and then
he moves his hand.
That's going to leave a mark. That's going to leave a perforated colon.
He's giving America's Funniest Videos sound effects as his ass just gets torn open by a high horse cock.
America's Sexiest Home Videos.
We all have crazy friends, but I can't imagine you actually have that conversation with them.
I would almost be touched. I would almost be like, you really do trust me.
Yeah, a lot.
So much so.
Oh, here's the Top Gun thing. All right, here it is. Alan Alda again. By Bill Hader.
Your ego's writing checks your body can't cash. That is a terrific line. I feel like I understand everything about this movie just from the one line. That's good writing, And I don't know about airplanes.
Johnny Depp, screen test, take one.
That wasn't very long.
You lost that love and feeling.
What was that?
You lost that love and feeling. You lost that love and feeling.
All right.
It's pretty good, Johnny Depp.
That's a great Johnny Depp.
I don't do him. I mean, I do everyone pretty much, but that was
I mean,
good.
you've got it.
Let's hear your Johnny Depp.
Lefty. Wait. No, that's not good.
I was almost there.
That was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I heard it. I heard it at the end.
I'm Willy Wonka.
Whoa.
That was good. That was good.
Fucking great.
Do one of the pirate ones.
No, I never saw those.
You never saw any of the pirate?
No, aren't those documentaries?
No, there weren't. No.
You didn't see any of the pirate movies?
No, I don't like baseball.
He won't cooperate.
Travis is shaking his head with disapproval.
He loves it.
He knows better.
All right, we got the Cosby clip. So this is the Spanish Fly one? No, the barbecue sauce one.
Yeah, barbecue.
This was from the Cosby Show back in the day. Many years ago. Barbecue.
It certainly is nice to see them work things out for themselves.
They haven't worked anything out for themselves. It's my barbecue sauce.
Your barbecue sauce.
My barbecue sauce. Haven't you ever noticed after people have some of my barbecue sauce, after a while when it kicks in, they get all huggy-buggy?
Oh, stop.
I'm dead serious. Haven't you ever noticed that after one of my barbecues and they have the sauce, people want to get right home? Let me tell you something else. I got a cup of it up on the night table. I got a cup of it, I said. Left it up there breathing. Why don't you give the chicken to these people that's going up and have some sauce?
So here's the rest of the chicken, you guys.
Dr. Uxloop, I love this chicken. Oh, Rudy, you look real nice today.
He took it from the kids. That's pretty funny. Wow. But now people are just looking through anything to find, anything sexual he's ever done.
But he most likely wrote that based on some personal experiences from back in the day,
He's just
or
in the
not
right-
even back in the day, from probably the week before this filmed.
Yeah, his legs are kicked up on the writer's table. He's like, I got an idea to end the show. What if we said, I'm just going to put this up there.
Right.
Now, my barbecue sauce makes people want to fuck. They're like, I don't know, Bill. That's kind of out there.
But no, what happens is they have the barbecue sauce and then they pass out.
They start to kiss and then they feel a little sleepy and then they wake up and then they're sore.
How about this? And then I mount them from the back and then I put a pillow on their face.
I come in wearing a very accessible temple sweatpants and I take them off and I crawl on top of them and I fuck them.
How about a girl comes in and I give them a barbecue sauce and I put 4 fingers where the baby comes out?
How about we do the thing where I'm wearing a robe when they come to, and I just tell them that they've slipped and hit their head.
Well, how about instead of barbecue sauce, I make a cappuccino because that's an upper and then they get a downer. Bill, that's a little much. Maybe you could just allude to it.
Hey, Bill, we're getting some notes from the writers that you keep pushing this idea of your barbecue sauce. I just don't think it's going to work in the story.
They had to like tone it down with the original way. He's like, how about this? I tell my wife, drink the barbecue sauce because I want to stretch your anus. Bill, it's too much.
Bill, I say we're alone in the backyard. It's not even my wife.
It's a white woman.
It's a white woman who has looked at me as a confidant.
It's a woman. It's a woman it's a nurse's assistant who wants to be a doctor, and tell her to have some barbecue sauce and then I ruin her life.
She's a little tense, and the first thing I say to her when she wakes up is no one will believe you.
And how about we get a black woman who sounds like Jimmy Durante to defend me on The View?
I want someone that looks like a crack dealer from the Bronx in the 80s to defend me.
I mean, they're going to find a bunch of shit like that.
Well, that's all they're looking for.
That is a weird storyline, though, for a family show, though.
It was definitely pitched by him.
And then the kids already have the horny in them because they had some of the barbecue sauce before he took it away.
They always tell you to write what you know, and he knows how to drug women and rape women.
Yeah, I think there's a connection there.
I wonder how many episodes he pitched that on.
Oh, yeah.
Like a younger writer's like, hey, Bill, you guys actually did that 3 seasons ago with the barbecue episode? He's like,
we're going to do it again. It's a callback.
Yeah, except it's going to be in my dressing room, but I put it all over my big dick and make them sucking and licking all with promises of fame and fortune. Bill, that's not the theme of the show.
You're a doctor in the show. You wouldn't even have a dressing room.
Well, we changed it to my office, and it's in the basement, and I have a home office now.
How about I'm operating on the girl and a mounter and a violator anus during the surgery?
Bill, this just seems like you keep pushing this storyline.
Yeah, Bill, that no one's going to think that the date rape is funny.
But it is if I have a zinger and the kid, I wipe his face off and I say I'm not going to fuck the kid, I'm only going to fuck the adult.
But how about this? I'll just open my eyes really wide and they'll go, oh, how could you do that, Dr. Huxtable? And I'll say, don't tell, because no one will believe you.
It's going to take 20 years of massive amounts of technology for anyone to believe.
And then how about we get a black comedian who looks like a South Park character to blow up my life in Philadelphia when he's on stage one time?
How about he comes in like a comedic domestic terrorist and blows up my entire career?
Yes, and how about we get my wife who looks like Nelson Mandela to go out there and defend me? People will believe her.
I was in the cell for over 20 years. Never raped anybody.
Oh, shut up, Nelson.
Bill didn't do it.
I do not take it out on the people who imprisoned me. I take it out on the people.
Oh, Camille really does look like... All right.
Yeah.
Well, we could continue with this. We got the Larry King clip. We've never played the Larry King clip on our show, where, like you just said, they're finding all sorts of clips. Well, this one is making the rounds as well today.
Bill, how important is the sleep apnea when you're trying to put your dick in a woman? How important is the snoring?
We have here a new sleeping technique by comedian Bill Cosby.
Yes, Bill, you raped her, but was on a waterbed. Did that make it more comfortable?
I didn't seem like she was into it.
Where are you? We don't have any.
Is it easier to rape in a Craftmatic bed, Bill? Comment.
I gotta make my nut.
Spanish fly was the thing that all boys from age 11 on up to death, we will still be searching for Spanish fly. That's right. And what was the old story was, if you took a little drop, no, it was on the head of a pin.
That's right.
And
Drop
you put
it
it
in a Coca-Cola. Don't matter.
It doesn't make it, and the girl would drink it, and
she's yours.
Hello, America.
Hello, America.
Hello, America.
But it's, I mean,
I don't know why you say hello to America.
He's going on a rape tour?
Maybe because you're crossing her border illegally.
Yeah.
but everyone did talk about the Spanish fly back in the day.
Sure.
And then think it was
a myth.
It was wrong or anything to give a girl a little something.
Oh, I mean, clearly it is wrong. It's rape.
Obviously.
Yeah. Well, hold on, guys. There's a little ambiguity here.
You're a Cosby truther?
Well, I really am. Who knows? I mean, I didn't see that. I can't even improv on that. That was a damn good one that you had. And I tried to riff, and I thought of moon landing stuff and cock flowing. There was no breeze, and I just couldn't come up with it.
Should have gone with the towers.
I probably should have. You're right.
It's truther one.
There's no real footage of his cock flying into her mouth. That was superimposed by the government.
Why did victim 7 go down? Victim 7 went down.
Cum doesn't just evaporate like that, man.
Everyone knows penises get hard at a certain degree.
And what about those phone calls? Those were faked.
You're trying to tell me right now they had nothing to gain. Nothing to gain. No, this Cosby shit can go on forever because it's just so fucking gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should do better. Give us a cup.
You just sound like an old mafia boss.
I don't
point.
do a good
just devolves into that.
I enjoyed your Cosby.
Thank you
immensely. Dan Soder, what are we promoting? We're going to take a little break before the Bill Hader
I
comes in.
am at Acme Comedy Club in Minneapolis, August 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Okay. That's a ways away. What are you doing in the meantime? Anything? Just hanging out in New York, enjoying your summer?
Doing some comedy. Big J and I's show is going to start at the end of the month.
Nice.
Comedy Central Radio.
Great.
6 to 8 p.m., Mondays and Wednesdays.
Oh, cool.
Beautiful. All right, and Jimmy's got a few things.
Just this Saturday, Albuquerque, that might be sold out, 8 o'clock, the National Hispanic Cultural Center. It's a benefit for addiction. And then Levity Live, West Nyack, July 23, 24, and 25. And then Seattle, August 13 through 15. And let's just do Houston, Dallas, August 21, 22. And then I got a whole bunch of other shit. New York, Minneapolis, Detroit, Washington, Albany, Charlotte, Tampa. Just go to my website, you geese.
Yeah.
But wait, I'm going to be doing my big pudding about
You're the family buddy.
We'll be back. Killing it. Bill Hader in a few minutes. And we got E-Rock. I meant to talk to E-Rock about Comic-Con. That's a big fucking deal, this Comic-Con. And Eric went out there for a few days. What, like 3 or 4 days, Eric?
4, about 4 days.
Comical cons.
It's become a big deal.
How many hot chicks are in cosplay costumes?
Everywhere you look.
Yeah.
Even girls who shouldn't be in those costumes.
Yeah, those are the ones I appreciate the most.
How many years ago did it become a big deal?
As far as Hollywood and everything, probably 10.
It's been 10 years now?
It's been like 10 years.
No, that actually started in the 40s. The first big Comic-Con guest was Richard Widmark when they were promoting Kiss of Death.
We're gonna do panel for Kiss of Death.
Yeah.
If you got any questions, please put out your cigarettes first.
Yeah, and I was in jail, see? And then Tommy comes over and he pushes an old lady down the steps.
If you could put down your question megaphone.
So give us the lay of the land, E-Rock. How was it?
It was great. It was busy.
How many times did you come?
What?
It's a geek joke.
No, it was busy. Everybody was there, pretty much for Star Wars.
But what made you really hard?
Me,
and
Doctor
turgid?
Who.
Where you had a nice stiffy in your pants.
That would be Doctor Who.
Doctor Who did it to you.
Doctor Who. I got the whole cast, the showrunner, everybody.
Did you buy anything Doctor Who oriented?
I did.
What'd you buy Doctor Who oriented?
Some con exclusives.
What's a con exclusive? Is it a hammer that will effectively break those shitty DVDs?
All right, Bill Hader's here. Thanks,
E-Rock,
E-Rock, for your...
I was enjoying it, E-Rock.
Thank you so much,
Well done.
Eric. That was amazing.
I loved it.
Learned a lot about Comic-Con.
Yeah, well done, E-Rock.
Well done.
That was a good job by you.
Bill Hader knows Dan Soder. Very nice.
How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Bill Hader, one of the nicest guys in the world.
Yeah,
What's up, Bill? Welcome.
How's it going?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We were just talking to Eric about Comic-Con. Well, he got about 30 seconds in, but that's okay.
And then they kicked him to the curb.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
they
threw
did.
him out promptly.
All that nerd talk.
One of the stars of Trainwreck, sir. What do you
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You missed it. By 30 minutes, we were talking about a guy getting jerked. Well, he was jerking off
He was
himself.
jerking off a horse while he jerked off himself.
Yes.
We have a little segment called "Greatest Guy of the Week." And,
he won
hero of the week.
Yeah.
Like CNN's hero of the.
He got
Jim Norton's Man of the Year, Time Magazine. The guy's got one really strong arm.
That's exactly what it is.
yeah, there's Jack Waltz is there going, I should have treated my wife doing something.
Why would we have that laying around?
I know. For
that
the
was a little filler.
The minute I sit down, it's the first thing I see. Man arrested for jerking off a horse while he jerked off.
Yeah, we don't know
like
how you're
talking point. I'm like, is this for me? Like,
we don't know how you're going to take that.
what's it like working with Amy Schumer? What was it like jerking off a horse while he jerked it?
Yeah, it's just a little thought starter.
Yeah, good.
Things.
You know,
we'll just see where it goes.
Comedy fodder for the people. Yeah, one of the stars of Trainwreck. I saw the movie. It's great.
Oh, thanks.
Really, it's great. You got great chemistry with Amy Schumer, our pal.
Oh, yeah.
And your lines with LeBron James. Who
Yeah.
knew he could act?
Yeah, he's actually really funny, which is weird. Like how funny he is. He's like effortlessly funny.
Yeah.
You know, you usually think, you know, when you work with athletes, you know, at SNL, when we would have athletes come in, it's always like, oh, let's see, you know, how's this going to go? And when he hosted, it was the same thing, just effortless. He just instinctively knew how to keep it grounded. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he didn't go off on some weird thing. He was always, you know.
You're being polite. Most actors, most athletes they're tough. They're tough to watch.
Well, sometimes SNL, yeah, you would have sometimes.
Well, you see them in movies too, and they're like staring off somewhere else. They're not connected to what's going on in the film when they usually put an athlete in there. And I was sort of expecting that with LeBron James because I didn't really know, and I didn't see him on SNL.
No,
and I was
great.
pleasantly surprised how great he was.
How frustrating was that, watching him just be awesome at acting too?
Yeah, it was so frustrating. It really was. I was like, I went to class for this. And he was just like improvising and stuff, and I was in my head going, oh, this is really good. This sucks.
You really want them all to be like Rocky trying to do a commercial?
Yeah, exactly.
Reading the cue cards. Just uncomfortable and humiliated.
It's like, and then starts crying, and me having a small victory.
He's costing me a lot of money because he can't read. Fucking awful director. A stupid wife defends him. He's being rude. Fucking dumb Adrian chimes in.
You don't get that with LeBron James.
Rude.
Yeah. And you get to play a little basketball with him in the movie.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah. That was also a weird thing where they had to play basketball all day with LeBron James. And I did actually, it was all day. We shot that scene all day.
Wow.
And and at the end of it, I couldn't move because I haven't played basketball since I was in 7th grade. And I told Judd Apatow that morning. He's like, when was the last time you played basketball? And I was like,
That's a great
I didn't think it was possible to do a Judd Apatow impression. That was
no, you just sound like you have a cold. Like.
So that's all this is going to talk to you adults?
He's like, oh, that'd be funny. And I said, oh, I can't play. I haven't played since 7th grade. He's like, are you joking? Is this a joke? This is not good. Don't tell anybody this. This is bad. And then it was fine, but I couldn't move. At the end. And Schumer has like a masseuse, and I was like, can I use your masseuse because I'm not gonna be able to move. And it was a cool thing when the lady was giving me a massage, and she was like, wow, what were you doing today? I was like, I was playing one-on-one with LeBron James
all day.
You should have really creeped her out just so she had to like the kind of talk around. Hey, how was Bill? He was all right. Kept throwing money at her, put her finger in your ass.
Yeah. Oh, I tried. It didn't work.
No good.
Like, I'm going to flip over now. And she's like, please don't.
I'll do what I usually do to Amy, and she took a big shit on my face.
She's like, let me get the stirrups ready.
And I was like, whoa.
Hold it.
I'll give you a Schumer in your mouth.
Do you want what Amy usually ends a Tuesday session with?
Yeah, big shit in my mouth.
The scene with you stitching up Colin, I saw the movie last night, is fucking great.
Oh yeah,
the scene with, that was making me laugh so goddamn
That was like
hard.
my first day of shooting. Was that scene? Was when stitching up Colin.
That's so
It was my very first day of shooting. And here's the funny thing: so there was a doctor that taught me how to stitch somebody, right? And so I was doing it actually pretty good. And then for the close up, Judd again was like, "Let's get the doctor's hands in." And we'll, So the actual doctor came in. I don't know if you know this, stitched for the close up.
Okay.
And Colin had a prosthetic on, so they stitched it on. And all right, cut. We're done for the day. And they went in, and the guy had stitched it through the thing into Colin's head.
My God.
He went too hard. And he stitched,
we love hearing that.
He stitched the thing to Colin's head. So called the guy to come back and like pull the stitches out.
And what, Colin didn't feel it?
That's the thing about Colin. What a fucking numbheaded idiot.
How do you not feel that?
How do you not feel that?
He's got that old fucking I've been punched in the head feeling.
He's like, it's good. It's all right. Yeah, no, I'm fine.
He's got like Jake LaMotta forehead.
Yeah,
It's like
Jake LaMotta. Yeah, he's like, harder. The guy's like, oh, you're bleeding and everything.
Come on, stitch it through the prosthetic. How many times I got to tell you? Not too many more.
It defeats the purpose of the prosthetic.
How do you not notice the stitching into your actual fucking...
Any other person would be like, whoa, dude, come on. You know, or Colin just is sitting there like, well, I guess this is movies.
Yeah, the working man attitude he's got.
Yeah.
I don't want to be mean to this guy.
No, that's called...
He's a working guy. He's a doctor.
A blue-collar doctor.
Blue-collar doctor. I mean, the guy's got a job and kids. You know, he's a doctor.
That's how scared Colin was of being fired. Like, he didn't want to rock the boat at all. The guy's fucking stitching his eyes shut like fucking Diving Bell and the Butterfly, and he's saying nothing. He's just fucking taking it.
A Diving Bell and the Butterfly reference. Wow.
It is Diving Bell and the Butterfly. Yeah, he's just blinking at him like 8. Judd's like 8.
He had a great performance too, that Colin Quinn.
He's fantastic, yeah.
The movie's going to do very, very well.
It's getting the reviews are amazing. Usually comedies have like, it's 60-40, but for this one, everybody is saying it's fucking great.
It's really good. And Amy wrote a really good movie. And
she's a great actress.
Yeah, she's a great actress. That was the other thing that so many people... Like very early in the movie, there was this eulogy scene that she gave, and I remember that was when everybody went, whoa, I didn't know you could do that.
That was the scene I was telling her when she was in here. I fucking brought moisture to my eyes.
Oh, yeah,
Amy Schumer's getting me all moist in the eyes.
No,
she killed that scene.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted to ask her, I forgot what she was thinking to make herself cry during that scene.
She went off. Judd was really good that day. She went off someplace and we rolled, and everybody, and Judd came out and said, all right, so we're going to roll camera, and then Amy's going to come out and just do the scene, and she's going to do it a couple times, and then that's it,
So the camera was kind of, I think that's a smart way to do it. So the camera was already rolling. It wasn't like stand there, okay.
Action. No, I've had that happen in a couple of movies or one movie where you have like an emotional scene and they do that where they're like, we're rolling, we're in the other room, and then you just come in, you sit down and do it.
Mm-hmm.
You're in your place, and then you come in and do it, and that's what they did with her.
That was real tears, which you don't see a lot on film.
No, she did an amazing job.
Real shit that she was thinking about.
That was a Timothy Hutton and Ordinary People cry. That's a fucking
Timothy
cry.
Hutton, Ordinary People cry. That's what she went for.
The real tears.
Here's the ordinary people, Amy.
Just think of Buck and how much nicer Mary Tyler. Think of what a cunt she was because it was Buck and not you.
And Judd Hirsch came out. And was like, listen, what was happening there? Where are you right now?
Yes, I'm just crying because I can't believe the therapist picks up the phone from home and meets me in a sweater.
Yeah, exactly. I get to go to his office at 8 p.m. What a nice guy. Brave man.
Yeah, that's got to be hard. Because you always see, like, the real tears are not as easy to get. I'm sure for, like, some guys can do it and some guys can't. But certain people, the best I've ever seen is Denzel did it and Demi Moore. They were able to just make themselves have that one miserable teardrop, which is
glory. Yeah.
But most of the time, it's just acting.
Yeah.
But not with Amy Schumer in this Trainwreck. Wow.
No. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's going to be awkward, but we were talking about your Alan Alda impression. Jimmy basically didn't want to bring it up, but I'll bring it up because Jimmy's a huge fan of Alan Alda. Then we played the clips from SNL and had a good laugh about it. But we want to acknowledge that your Alan Alda is amazing.
Yeah, it's a very good.
It means nothing to what we're talking about right now, but it's a horrible segue. I understand, but
no, that's funny because that was one of those impressions that came out because we were watching Crimes and Misdemeanors, and I just started doing it, and it wasn't very good, but I was doing it a little bit, and then it's always that way. She's the one that's like, you should do that on the show. I was like, oh, yeah, it's my job to do these things. I'm such a fucking idiot. Same thing with Keith Morrison, the Dateline guy. I would just do that around the house, and she's like, why don't you write that? And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Oh, maybe I should.
Yeah, you're right, honey.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, babe.
It helps to have someone who who thinks like that, and as opposed to someone who gets annoyed.
Yeah, we compliment each other because I don't know. I don't think I'm not like like that at all. I'm always like, people have to be like, well, do you have anything? And then you like do something. But, and then I couldn't do anything with them. Well, we did it. John Mulaney and I wrote a sketch when, William Shatner had come out with that show, Shit My Dad Says. So we did one with Alan Alda called My Roommate's a Fucking Horse. He's like, oh, I can't believe my roommate's a horse. And it was like him bringing dates home. He's like, oh, God, what am I going to do with my feet? And this is nuts. I'm sorry. And then Fred played Tony Danza, was my neighbor. Yeah. When he came in, he went, hey, Angela. Like, he just called me.
That's great.
But, yeah. That was the one that we did, and the table read just went, no. And
really? Why would they say no?
They didn't like it. No one thought it was funny. And then the guy Colin Jost wrote this Back to the Future thing, and then he was like, remember when you did your Alan Alda impression? Yeah. That's how it always would work with me. Like, I would do something, another thing at the table that would like die, and then another writer would say, remember that weird guy you did? Why don't we do him over in this thing?
Yeah, the obscure impression is the favorite when no one does an impression.
Always.
Of
yeah.
it,
well, this guy Peter Serafinowicz does a pretty good Alan Alda.
Okay.
But yeah, that was like totally. But like Keith Morrison, like all those, like I would always do things like that Lorne Michaels would be like, no one knows who that is, or that guy's been dead for 50 years.
Like, but I nail it.
I want to read for SNL because I do a really good Wings Hauser from Vice Squad. I only do one line. Who the fuck is Coco, bitch? That's all I do. But people say that you close your eyes and you think it was him.
They can write a sketch around that, I think. Right?
I like it. I need another Wings Hauser this week. Can we do it?
You mentioned the table read. Now, we've all heard the stories over the years, but Travis turned me on to the James Franco documentary on SNL, behind the scenes of SNL. And I think that started as Franco was just going to follow you around, I think.
Yeah.
And then it expanded from there. And you really get finally a real insight of how they put the show together week after week, because you never saw that type of footage before, really, to that extent. No. And the table read just seemed exhausting to go through every week. It was, 4 or 5 hours?
Yeah. And you've been up for 24 hours writing, so you've been up all night writing, and then you do the table read, so you're all just kind of out of it. And once I started having kids, I was like, fuck this, I'm leaving at 10. Like, I would just leave at 10 p.m. I was like, I wrote 2 things, I'm out.
Yeah.
But like, you used to stay all night, so you're not only you haven't slept for 24 hours, and then you do a 4 or 5 hour table read.
I guess the question is, how does it how do you make it funny during the table read after that point, being up all night, and now you've waited? How many sketches do they go through? I forget now, like 40 or 50?
40, 45.
So now you're the 28th sketch, and now you have to like sell this to everybody and make it funny.
It always happened in a way where it would start off, you could never predict it. Sometimes they would always kind of stack the read at the top with reoccurring things or things just to like, that the host liked or that was topical or whatever that would get the room kind of going. So you usually, when you would come in on Wednesday and you would see what the table read order was, that was really important. You would go, oh, my thing is in the first 10. Okay, that's good. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If you're in the middle of the first half, you're kind of fucked. And if you're in the middle of the second half, you're really fucked. And then we called it Shit Can Alley, which is like the last 3 things. You know, you were just like, whoa.
And most of the time, those never made it on the show.
Everyone's tired. Everyone's laughed out. Right. Everyone's just kind of like, yeah, right. But then, you know, in there would be some amazing sketch that everyone would just go insane about.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to follow? Were you ever nervous about following one that just destroyed in the room?
All the time. You would see, I would be John and Mulaney, I'd be really excited about some sketch.
Yeah.
and then Wig would have something that would just destroy, or somebody would have something. You're just going,
why did Lauren allow James Franco to have such access like that?
James asked,
and that was it.
Yeah,
though. But no one was able to do it before that, really.
I think because Franco had hosted, and I think Lauren trusted him and knew that his intentions were good, and I think it was that, and also that John Malkovich was hosting that week, and John Malkovich was fine with it, and it was just everything had to kind of align, you know. But I think that's the thing with James is he's just kind of that guy. Like, well, why not? Why not? And then,
you could just get things done.
No one's ever asked that before.
Yeah, he's got attractive guy confidence,
and you're James Franco, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, sure.
I highly recommend this James Franco SNL thing. You feel the stress and the pressure you guys go through just watching this thing.
Everyone bomb too. It's like you see certain people bomb, and I always want to be like at the table read the week before. That was me bombing. That, I mean, everybody would eat shit at the table. And then when new cast members would come in, I would always tell them, like, you are going to eat shit and you're going to want to, like, crawl under your desk. You know what I mean? Yeah. And no one's going to look at you, and no one's paying attention to your show. They're just thinking about their show.
Do you remember your first big bomb, like in a read, like the first one that you just...
Oh, my very first sketch. Huge bomb. I remember my first sketch was with Will Forte, and it was a thing called Emmy Attire. It made no fucking sense. It was Steve Carell was the host, and then I was a guy in biking gear, and Forte was in the bathroom, and he was like, "What are you wearing to the Emmys?" And I was like, "I think I'm gonna wear biking attire." And he goes, "What do you mean biking attire?" I'm like, my biking attire, my shorts, the fingerless gloves. This is what I'm gonna wear to the Emmys. And he goes, "Go home and change." I go, why? And then he comes out in biking attire, and he goes, because I'm wearing biking attire to the Emmys. And then it just turned into this thing where then Steve Carell came in Viking attire, and he was dressed like a Viking. And you could tell it was fucking awful. And then so we did it, and it died. And I remember it ended, and I went, whoa, oh, God, I need to learn about sketch writing. And then I remember Tina Fey was next to me under her breath. She was like, what the fuck was that? Like, just under her breath, like, trying to be polite, but like, that was fucking awful. What the fuck was that thing? And I was like, I got it. Next week, I went into Seth Meyers' office, and I was like, can you teach me how to write a sketch? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing,
What hurt worse, it not getting laughs or Tina saying that?
Oh, both. Yeah. Just being like, no, but you know what it was? It was like, I gotta, like, figure my shit out. I don't know what I'm doing, Because there's writing sketches for, like, my friends back in L.A.
Yeah.
And, like, my little, comedy crew, whatever, like, that little scene or whatever.
Yeah, where you have the
And then there's SNL. It's a totally different sensibility, and you gotta, like, and the people who did well there were the people, like, the Venn diagram of what the show found funny, what I found funny was very small, and you just had to, like, get that overlay bigger. But then there's certain people like Mulaney or Wig or whoever, it was like the same diagram. They just, what they naturally liked.
Yeah, it's built for that show.
Yeah, that's built for it. Yeah, I was not. It took me like 4 years to figure it out.
Would people balance sketches when you're reading through them? Like, was there ever a time where you're like 2 pages into a 5-page sketch and you're like, this fucking stinks, and we just stop it?
Yeah.
Or no?
No, you just keep going. Sometimes a host would be like, what is this? But most of the time, no, you just kind of keep going. If anything, if it was, I never did. I mean, I would always try to just keep it buoyant just for the room, just like, so you're just not uncomfortable. Right. You know what I mean? You would just kind of keep committed to it.
What about sketches? You make it all the way to the dress rehearsal, and then they cut you an hour before the show. How does that make you feel as a performer?
You just get used to it.
You do get used to it?
Yeah, you just kind of go, all right. I mean, when it first happened...
But it could be one of those sketches that people talk about for a long time to come, and it seems like some of these sketches are just, a lot of them are cut just because of time. You're just running out of time.
Or also the audience just doesn't... it doesn't like it. I mean, Dana Carvey and I and Largo did a sketch that got cut called The Kasems, where he was Casey Kasem and I was his son JC Kasem.
That sounds
funny. We were having like a really intense conversation where we're estranged. And I'm breaking into the house at the middle of the night.
That sounds great.
And he's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, Dad, hear me out. And he's like, you must have mistaken our house for a pile of cocaine. Dad, I've been sober for 3 weeks and counting. And it's like this whole thing. And it played well, and we did this thing. And then it killed at the table. We were running it, and the crew was laughing, which is kind of a red flag. I was like, oh no, the crew's laughing.
Why is that bad?
I don't know. It just, the crew laughs, it's gonna die. Like, there's this kind of thing where, like, the crew's laughing, and I remember Wig was in the sketch, and she was like, Bill, the crew's laughing. Like, that's not good. You know? Because and then it did. It was so quiet that Dana and I lost our rhythm because we were so used to getting laughs, so we didn't know when to come in, and we were like, oh no, what happened, you know? It was just like the audience was like, nope.
The crew laughing is kind of like when there's a comedian bombing, and you hear the one person laughing in the back is the comic who's on next. It's like what sometimes the people who see it all the time find funny is not always what the crowd's gonna like.
No, it almost always went that way. And also, if we had a really hot dress rehearsal, the show is never as good. That was a bad omen if we had a hot dress. If the dress went crazy, and Lauren would say that in the meeting before air, he went, so that was a hot dress. Like, oh boy, don't get in your head if you don't get the laughs during the live show you just got there, you know? Yeah. And that would happen all the time, where you, in your head, during a sketch on live television, I'd be going, God, this went so much better as dress. Come on, guys. You know what I mean?
You get frustrated.
Well, now they're putting out the sketches that get cut on YouTube, so you can see. And do you think that's like a good, as a performer, do you think that's good for them, being like, at least someone gets to see it?
At least someone gets to see it. But the other thing is that you don't realize how much you react to the audience laughing or not. Just like anything, it's like a lot of those sketches play to kind of like silence. You know, I saw one with Will Ferrell where he is the Gabe Kaplan sketch, which you guys should go find, which is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Plays to absolute silence. Yeah. You know, and I've always felt like, oh, people should see those, because when I go back and look at Unfrozen Caveman Lawyer, it plays to it's quiet. Yeah. It plays super quiet.
I noticed that even I'll go back and watch like old Norm Macdonald Weekend Updates. And he's got these amazing jokes that don't get anything. And you're like, this is one of the best Weekend Update jokes I've ever seen in my life.
And it gets nothing. Yeah, no, that happens all the time.
Well, I always say there's no such thing as a bad crowd. I mean, it's up to me. It's up to me to get them.
Is that the responsibility? Is very big of you, Jim.
Yeah, well, you know what, Dan? I'm paid to entertain them.
No, we talk about that you say that a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of like my thing. It's on the bumper stickers I sell.
Jim Norton always says there's no such thing as a bad crowd. Good luck out there, everybody.
Lauren's got a Jim Norton quote book.
Yeah, he has a giant plaque, like Friday Night Lights that we hit.
Perform like Jim Norton tonight.
One of my bumper stickers that he bought when I was at Bananas in Poughkeepsie in the mid-'90s. No such thing as a bad crowd, and I have like a fucking winky emoticon.
I can't wait to see this Gabe Kaplan, Will Ferrell.
You know, Gabe Kaplan performed in the fucking. I think he worked for Jack Ruby when. Not as a comedian. He worked in Jack Ruby's club, I believe. Wow. And someone told me that. And I wish I knew that story. It's totally off the subject of what we're talking about, but it just made me think.
Did you ever see the Gabe Kaplan thing where he races Robert Conrad? Where it's like the. Have you seen that thing?
Battle of the Network Stars.
Battle of the Network Stars.
No, I saw the one with Harry Chapin that didn't go well.
The drag race on that.
No, it's really good though.
Battle of the Network Stars was great.
Oh, Robert Conrad and Gabe Kaplan. Just I don't want to just go watch it. It's like surreal. It's one of the best things.
Are they racing or running?
Oh, they're running. Oh. They race each other like running. And Conrad's smoking cigarettes in like a tracksuit.
1976.
Will, as Ron has said.
I love the fact that this was a big deal back then, to see celebrities doing real person things or doing things that now no one would care, because you see them doing everything and fucking on film.
Yeah.
But back then, man, these shows were amazing. To see like a guy, like to see Alda out of his MASH uniform, or to see know, Red Fox just dressed normal.
They tried doing it in like the mid-2000s, I think, where they tried bringing back Battle of the Network Stars, and everyone was like, who gives a fuck?
I don't care. I've seen all these people doing terrible shit.
We had a Bobby Brown. That's the matchup we want.
We have the actual race.
How long is it, though? Oh, God, that seems loud and long.
Yeah.
Loud and long.
I am my new CD, by the way, coming out soon.
I'm gonna watch this later today.
It's a thing that
why is it so awesome?
You just got to watch it. It unfolds in this crazy way where there's like Robert Conrad's pissed off about a thing, and they have to do a rematch, and it just
that just locked me.
It just they go, we're gonna do this like the sudden death thing, and Gabe Kaplan apparently was like a track star in
so
high
he took
school.
it very serious. Seriously.
No, Conrad doesn't know that. That's what's great.
Oh, okay.
Gabe Kaplan's being a really nice guy, and Conrad's like, I'm going to kick your ass, having no idea
that this guy.
And Penny Marshall's in it.
Yeah.
Who they actually had to get to run by having a car drive in front of her with a horse. I tried to say a carrot, and I fucked up. There's no way to fix that punchline. When you say horse in the punchline, and I was calling her one and meant to say carrot, that's just one. I'm basically my suicide vest went off before I got in the market.
You were locking up the car for some reason.
Yeah.
I think I forgot my passport in the. I don't know why.
One killed, and it's the bomber.
All right, here I am, everybody. About to go in the.
30 feet before the checkpoint, my friend.
30 feet, and I'm going to go straight.
If that guy moves, I can grab that parking spot right there.
All right.
No
Where
way
are my
to fix
keys?
that.
Where are my keys? Are they in this pocket?
Oh, nerds.
That happens.
Yeah, but he did. Gabe Kaplan. Well, looking at Gabe Kaplan, he did like it was. I think he did whatever the Jack Ruby strip club was.
Wow.
I think Kaplan worked for him. Somebody told me that, and I wish we could interview Gabe Kaplan and ask him about that because this story just went nowhere.
No, but it's it's a fun piece of American history.
Yeah.
No, you should try to find. I don't know if it's online or not, but the sketch where it's Will Ferrell, and it has to do with Gabe Kaplan, and it was unreal.
We're getting questions from the old Twitter.
Ooh.
Because we're not answering the phones. They're mad that we're not answering the phones while Bill Hader's in studio. Lady Trucker, one of our regulars. Ring, ring. Since phones are not being answered, please ask Bill if Amy, I'm embarrassed I'm going to say this, is a good kisser.
Yes.
There it is. Yeah, she's a great kisser.
You know, too?
Yeah.
Oh, we know that he's making out with her next to the dumpster.
I got more of an aggressive kiss.
You're really going.
I have a sweet kiss with her, and she's a very good kisser.
So we got both speeds covered.
Yeah, we have both.
Dan's an animal.
But wait,
Dan's just getting in there.
That's the fucking question that Mope asks on Twitter.
I know, that was stupid. All right, here's a better one.
What a fucking terrible question.
We're going to make up for that one. Joey the Third. Ask Bill if anything bombed early and later became a hit. That's a good question.
Oh. Well, Stefan, what was this, as a sketch, bombed all the time. Yeah, as a sketch. It was us pitching. It was always us pitching stuff. It was me and the host. We did it once with Ben Affleck where we were pitching a movie, and it was kind of, it was such a long walk. Just the setup, even trying to say it now, is so confusing. Like, we hadn't figured it out yet. But it was me as Stefan and him as Ben Affleck, and we used to be brothers, and we used to write like Disney movies together, and we were a famous writing duo. And then I had something had happened with me, and I came in as Stefan. We were pitching this kids movie, and it just, the audience was like, "Wait, what? Wait, what's going on?" It was too much. It was too long of a walk to the thing, and so Doug Abels, who was running Update at the time, said, "Why don't you try an Update?" But it did not go. I mean, it was the thing that everyone was like, Andy Samberg, and people were like, don't do that anymore. I was like, I'm not going to do that anymore. It's just, it bombs every time I try it. And it's like, no, you should try it, because they like the character.
Right.
Did you think it was going to bomb on Update?
Yeah.
So, before Update, you're like, this is just going to eat shit.
Yeah, it was the first Update, which is usually meaning, or is the middle Update. So there's, address. It's the first, second, third, and the second one's usually the one that'll probably get cut.
Yeah.
And it was the second one, and then it went well, and then we did it 2 weeks later. Lauren wanted it again, and that's when we all went, "Oh, I guess this is going to work out."
That's pretty cool. They didn't give up on it.
Yeah, I gave up on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I fully gave up on it. I was like, I don't want to do this again, and they were.
They were like, no. They encouraged you to continue with that.
That's got to suck though when one is good and you just give it was a bad read or what. This stuff happens.
You just do it 3 or 4 times. I think it was 3 times where I tried it at and we'd go to dress, and the audience just wasn't connecting to it, and you're like, well, forget it, But that one, and there's a lot of I'm trying to think of other ones, but that's the biggest one.
Yeah,
I'm amazed if you see a sketch not doing well. Once in a while, you see one on SNL, it's just not doing well. How hard it is to be able to perform through that because you can't acknowledge it. You can't break the wall, and these guys never do. And it's just to be able to finish the scene, and they know have you? I'm sure you've been on the show and you knew that it was
oh yeah. Well, there's one online of me at dress with Justin Bieber where this wall almost fell on Justin Bieber, and it was a sketch that we had written where everything that could go wrong during the sketch went wrong, and the audience hated it. And I don't know, you guys know, you just like dig in. You're just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, this was 8 minutes. This is like a 5-minute sketch. Now it's gonna be 13 minutes. Fuck all of you.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
You got that fuck you mentality?
Yeah, you just were like, it was at dress, you know, and I was just like, yeah, that sketch. And I was just like, well, this is going really bad. Fuck this. We're just gonna keep going. And we just like,
As a fan, I used to love when you guys broke the wall.
Yeah.
I know it was sort of frowned upon at SNL in general, but
Lauren would say, because every time I did Stefan Mulaney put shit up I hadn't seen, and I would start laughing, and then I just finally I was like, Lauren, I'm really sorry, this is getting like really lame, you know. And he's like, well, what if what you were saying wasn't funny, I'd be pissed off. But what you're saying is funny,
right.
You know. And he goes, you're not trying to save anything. He's like, it's this kind of like, I can tell like you're trying hard not to break.
Right.
But I was a soft touch. Like Armisen, Fred, just would like, the camera would cut away from us and he would just look at me and I'll be like, get away from me, man. Or we did the Californians. The first time we did the Californians, he came out and he changed his voice without telling me or Wig. He just totally did a different voice.
Yeah.
And that's why if you look at us, we're like,
right, try not to laugh.
What was the Californians based on? I heard a story. I think I read a story somewhere about it being based on Dana Carvey's.
The voice is based on Dana Carvey's son. That's why I started laughing. Dana Carvey's impression of his son.
Yeah.
Where he's like, Dad, wait, what are you doing, Dad? Like that was Dana Carvey's impression of his son. Like, Dad, I want to go outside. Wait a minute. and Armisen would do that voice around the office. Like, Bill, wait, where are you going? And so Californians was based on a bit that me and Fred and Keenan and people would do at the table read, because you would get at the table read and they'd call you in and everyone's like anxious, is that like an audition anxiety, like, okay, we're gonna read our stuff. And then you wait for like 30 minutes because Lauren would be talking to like some prince and
some oil baron.
Some oil baron, like, I can make it happen. He's like, thank you very much. And then, you know, and then like a rope ladder came down and the guy got in a helicopter and went off. I must leave now. And then
Count Dracula's not going to be here next week.
Dracula, he's not a New York person. And then so we would just start doing a bit of like, hey, I just got back from California. Oh, yeah? Well, how'd you get back to your hotel, man? You know, it's like, well, I took Santa Monica and I took a ride on La Cienega, and we would it's just a dumb thing of like, and then Fred said, hey, I did that bit and I made it a soap opera.
That's fucking great.
But then, yeah, on air, he knew that I found that voice funny, his Dana Carvey's son voice. Yeah. And so on air, without saying anything, because during rehearsals, he was like, wait a minute, what are you guys doing? Like, he was that guy. Yeah. And on air, he's like, wait a minute, what are you doing? I was like, fuck you, man. Fuck you, dude. And one time we did a sketch that was called, that Fred also wrote, called Short-Term Memory Theater, where I was a doctor who worked with patients who had short-term memory, and I wrote a play for them. Yeah. And I go, I've been working with these people for a very long time, and they will not forget a single word of the play. They will not remember. They will remember every word perfectly. And I will be playing the patriarch, of this family, and it's like this kind of kitchen sink drama thing. And I'm like reading a paper, and immediately everybody forgets their lines, and I'm having to cue everyone. And the joke is like, hello, honey, how are you? Hello, honey, how are you? And I'm like cueing everybody. So in my head, I was like, oh, this is great. Fred's going to enter, and he has to repeat whatever I say. And so I was like, I'm going to fuck with him. When he comes in, I was just going to say different things that he had to repeat. And Fred knew it somehow, whatever. And so he came in wearing this giant New York Giants jacket that he wasn't wearing. He was the puffiest, biggest jacket. This is like on air.
Like one of those old early 90s jackets?
Early 90s jackets. He just walked in. He's like, hey, what's going on? I was like, what the fuck? And then he goes, what should I do with my jacket? And I'm like, give me the jacket. Come on. If you watch it, that's all us on live TV, just like a thing between two friends just fucking with each other. I was like, give me the jacket. Come on. What are you doing? And he's like, what? I was like, motherfucker.
That was great. How was the anniversary, the 40th anniversary?
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah, it was so surreal. It was just surreal.
I can imagine.
Yeah, Gilbert Gottfried, like, I had never met him before, and we saw each other in the hallway, and we kind of looked at each other and nodded hi, and he was like, I feel like we have the same disease. And I thought that summed up the whole night. Yeah. Everyone just kind of looking at each other like, hi. But the best part of that whole experience, which no one got to see, was after the show ended, the audience left, And the only people left at home base were just cast and writers.
Yeah.
From all eras.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
And we hung out in 8H for like an hour and a half. And it was everyone. And it was unreal. It was like, my wife was taking tons of pictures. I was like, can you believe, like, there's, talking to Farrell and Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd, like, everyone just, like, all eras, everyone was just there. It was so cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
We only have a couple minutes. Your time at South Park, how's that going?
It was cool.
Yeah. You were like doing some creative consultant, I guess, for them, and then you started writing for them as well.
For them, yeah. Yeah, that was awesome. I just went there just to learn how to write. Like I was kind of saying earlier, I'm not, like, writing is not a thing that I was naturally that great at, so I wanted to learn as much as I could. So I met Matt, and we became friends, and was like, can I just hang out with you guys? And then so he took me to their, they have these retreats that are awesome, where you just go to a retreat. You go to, like, Seattle. We went to Seattle, and Trey gets, like, a kick-ass, hotel, and we all stay in a hotel, and wake up in the morning, have breakfast, talk South Park, and then during the day, you go on, like, little...
Zip lining or something?
No, he's kind of like a dad. Like, he has a brochure. He's like, we're going to go to the salmon ladder. We're going to see how salmon... the salmon ladder, and we do, like, the salmon ladder in Seattle, and then from that came this episode where we were, someone said, "Oh, one of the salmons was like on a an Evel Knievel bike, going like wah! Like over the thing." We all were laughing, and it was like, "Oh, and it has a big dick." And everyone went, "What?" And they're like, "A fish dick." And I was like, "What do you mean a fish dick?" It's like, fish dick? Are you saying fish dick or fish dick? And then we started laughing about that. And then Trey Googles, like, fish dick. And he's like, no one's made that joke before. He got really excited.
It's one of the best, and that's ended up being one of the best episodes of South Park, I think, in my mind, ever. That was the Kanye one.
The Kanye one, because we were making fun of Kanye, and it was about him. Everyone having this joke about Cartman coming up with a joke called fish dicks.
Yeah.
And everyone gets that, if you like fish sticks, you like put them in your mouth. Yeah, well, I guess you're a gay fish. And everybody's like, oh, okay, whatever. But Kanye doesn't have a sense of humor, so he holds a press conference like, I am not a gay fish. These rumors are not true.
The scene with Carlos Mencia.
Yeah, because they go, we got to find the guy. Yeah, we got to find the guy who came up with the joke, and we got to beat him up. And it's Carlos Mencia.
I got no dick, man.
Because my dick don't work, dude. And he's like, do you like fish sticks? Love them.
Yeah, that's the best. Yeah. When he does the dry erase board, that joke of him trying to word associate why they're saying he's a gay fish is one of the funniest scenes. And South Park's easily my favorite show. And I met Bill when they were filming Trainwreck, and I just sat there and listened to that story, and it was one of the greatest. It was like, oh man, this is how you guys came up with one of the best South Park episodes.
But because we were at a salmon ladder in Seattle with Trey with a brochure making us go to a salmon ladder, but that came out of it. But Vernon Chapman really deserves a lot of credit for that episode. Yeah. Vernon's the one that came up with the whiteboard. He's like the secret weapon on that show, and Louis and all these other. He's like this.
Show's still going strong too. South Park, amazing.
You know why? Because those guys are like on the factory floor. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people, they get to a place where they're like, I got so much money, I can just be a manager and kind of be like, you guys do the thing. But they are like, every week you would think it's the first show.
They still have the passion for
it. They just love problem solving, and you would think it's their first show every week, and they bang their heads against the wall, and it just means so much to them that it works, and when it doesn't work, they get really hard on themselves, and I think that's why.
Is that like a similarity between Lorne Michaels and Trey and Matt? Like they're both still.
Yeah, they're there. Yeah, they're there. They're on the factory floor going like, Lorne's coming up to you going, well, what if the joke was, what I mean? Like he's trying to help you.
Right. And is it true they work on those episodes right to the last second sometimes?
Yeah, we threw out one episode. We had to deliver it Wednesday morning, and we threw it out Tuesday morning. We came in, and Trey was like, this isn't working. And we were like, okay. And I went and called my wife. I'm not coming home.
You thought SNL was bad.
You thought SNL was bad. I thought, it'll be a fun little thing. Go work at South Park. I'm not coming. You won't see me again.
Your summer job just turned into the most intense thing ever.
Yeah.
So you started over with 24 hours to go?
Yeah, and we did it.
You guys got it done.
Yeah, it was this. What was the episode? I'm trying to remember. Was it the one about the goth kids? Or
which is great.
It was something from that season that we just kind of like it was something like throughout most of the episode, if not all of it. But Trey was right, but that's because he cares. He's looking at it and thinking about it every day, and he would come into work the next day going, okay, I think I figured it out. I know it's not working about this. It's this. But the way that show really works is Matt is kind of angry. You know, Matt is pissed off about something, so he'll be pissed off about NCAA not paying the student athletes. And he'll be angry about it, and he'll be railing against it. And he goes, it's like slavery, man. It's like fucking slavery. And then Trey will suddenly go, Cartman wants slaves. So he goes to a campus. And Cartman will go, and then me and Vernon were like, oh, he should go in like a plantation owner and be like, I understand you got some boys, and he's watching the basketball team play. And it's like, okay, good. And then Trey goes up to the board, like, and that's how an episode starts. You know?
Yeah, there's that documentary 6 Days to Air, which you're in a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's like
checking my phone.
I've never. I got to check that out.
It's a fucking
I haven't
awesome.
seen that yet.
It's a great documentary.
So they build like a skeleton first before the jokes come in, or some of the jokes, but it's more like, okay, this is the beginning, kind of the middle, and this is kind of where we want to go.
Yeah, it's all over the place. Be like, okay, so we know, like we'll talk about a scene and then they'll animate it, and then we'll talk about a scene, we'll write a couple of scenes, and then we leave, and then the next day we come back, it's all animated, all done. Jesus. And then they'll go, okay, so how do we get from that to that? So that's in the first act, and that's in the third act. So why are the boys here? How do they end up there? And then that's what we end up talking about. And then you're just piecing it together. It's all non-linear. I don't know how the show comes together.
Amazing. Everyone's freaking out. We got to get Bill Hader out of here.
Okay.
Trainwreck. We're going again tonight. I've seen the movie already, but we're all going to the premiere.
Right
out of us.
I'll be there.
You'll be busy though, but maybe you can wave if you recognize me. That'd be nice of me. It'll help.
Just give me a queen hand.
Yeah,
a queen hand.
But this movie's going to do great.
Oh, thank you.
It really is. Trainwreck with Amy Schumer and Bill Hader and LeBron James and half the people we know and love from this radio show.
Premieres Friday. Tonight's not in theaters. Tonight's the premiere, but it actually is in theaters Friday.
Yeah.
And it's going to do extremely well.
Come back and see us, Bill.
Yeah, that was
very
fun. It was fun, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, Bill Hader, everyone. Really liked Bill Hader.
Yeah. He's a very, very funny guy.
Very
and he's
funny
great
guy.
in the movie. He's a really good comic actor. Him and Amy have excellent chemistry in it.
Yeah, the movie's going to do great.
It's going to do tremendous.
Can't wait for the people to see it finally.
Very good.
Seems like we've been talking about this movie for a long time.
Colin Quinn's the breakout star.
He's got the first scene, and it kills.
Yeah.
Eric is back in studio to talk about Comic-Con
Welcome
out there
back,
in San Diego.
too.
We're hanging with all the big stars.
What's the break the reality barrier thing? Eric has like a little box with him. What's in the box?
This is one of the big things around around Comic-Con that they were handing out.
Did you take all the stuff they handed out?
I took everything.
Really?
Yeah.
All the handouts at Comic-Con?
Everything I could actually pack into my suitcase before hitting the 50-pound mark that you have to pay $100.
Oh, no.
To charge.
So it's just that and lunch?
But wouldn't it be worth paying the $100 considering all the stuff you get?
No, because a lot of it was crap.
Oh, you will acknowledge a lot of it's crap.
A lot of it was crap.
Do you throw out the crap when you get home?
I threw out a lot of I left a lot of the crap in the hotel room.
What'd you leave in the hotel?
Just these huge, oversized bags that they were handing out for everything possible.
Like a Doctor Who keychain?
No, that came home with me.
You love Doctor Who.
I do.
Better call it Doctor Y. I don't go for that show. Go ahead, back to you, Ian.
How much stuff, how much money did you spend on stuff?
That's true. In rubles.
Honestly, not a whole lot, because a lot of the interviews and stuff you do, they're like, hey, you want some of the stuff here? And you can go through their shelves and take what you want.
After interviews.
So,
wow.
So there's a lot of freebies and people being very generous.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't have to spend a whole lot of money. Just anything food or beverage wise there was a complete price gouge.
Fancy boy.
So what were some of the highlights for you out there?
Highlights for me, getting to talk to the entire cast, like I said, of Doctor Who and Orphan Black that are huge shows. I'm big fans of those.
Sure.
So I got to talk to them. I got to see Ron Perlman, talk to him for a little bit.
We've had Ron Perlman in here.
Very intimidating and intense gentleman.
Nice. I thought so too until he came in.
Yeah.
No, until he came in.
He was intense even when I was here that day.
Really?
I was here one of the days Ron Perlman was here. He was intense.
And it was just a one-on-one, like two chairs next to each other talking about his new show, Hand of God. And even when he's being casual, you're like, this guy could just snap at any moment and kill me. But he was awesome to talk to. Is
this intimidating when I talk to you with my shades on?
You look like T2.
I think Ron Perlman might have been in a bad mood that day. I see the picture with him.
Oh, he was really lovely.
He doesn't seem happy right there.
Well, I was the last of the press. for that particular time period. But no, he was pretty cool. He's really pushing, trying to get Hellboy 3 made.
Okay.
Yeah, because the studios won't do it, and he doesn't understand why.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
He doesn't understand why. The movies and the merchandising did very well for that, and the comic books are very beloved. He's trying to push 3. They think he's too old, even though he's in his mid-60s, but he said he can still do it. He'll sit there for 4 or 5 hours, put all the makeup on, and go out and just kill himself just to get the third one done and made.
Is there going to be a... people did not take kindly, by the way, to your basketball player photo. There
Dwight Howard.
I know.
Yeah. They implied that he was with a retarded boy. Now, I forget what I was going to ask about Comic-Con.
Well, can I ask about Dwight Howard? That's pretty cool.
It was weird. He
NBA superstar.
He just walked
Dwight
out.
Howard
Walked out of the Mattel pavilion that was there, and there was just this big dude in a Predator outfit walk in with a couple of security. And I'm looking at it, I'm trying to figure out who he is, and then somebody says, "Oh shit, it's Dwight Howard." So I lean over to his security guys. I said, "Think you might want to talk about Comic-Con for a couple minutes with SiriusXM?" And they're like, yeah, hold on. So they ask him, he says, "Yeah, let's do it." And he goes, "But he wants to go shopping." So he said, "All right, we'll do it while you go shopping." So we're in one of those little stores there where they sell all the celebrity merchandise that is signed, but 90% of that is bullshit.
Yeah.
If not 100.
Oh, talk about Mr. Cynic over here.
But so you can see in there, he's looking at celebrity autographs and props from TV shows and movies and whatnot, and that's where we did the interview.
Why was he there?
Hanging out.
He's just a big fan?
He wanted to go to Comic-Con. Yeah, he wanted to dress up, and that's what he did. So he was walking the floor just like everybody else, except he had, big security guards with him, but he was walking around.
Who does he play for?
Houston
Rockets.
He's a big player.
He is.
Yeah, he signed a massive deal with the Houston Rockets.
He's been a superstar for a long time. I think he has a Superman tattoo, too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does the Superman thing, and everyone says that's Shaq's first, obviously.
Yeah. Is Shaq Attack still in to say that?
It is! Mostly when you're about to eat, and you're like, I'm about to Shaq Attack this burger.
Oh, my God. Did we just see that, Jimmy?
We did. Justin has one, and if I find out that's for Stangl, I'll fucking spit on you. Okay.
No, I like Superman.
Wait, where?
He has a Superman
I hope you wind up like him.
But it's all I've never seen I've never seen a hairy Superman tattoo before. Why don't you shave the hair around it?
Anybody with
what the hell?
Yeah, it's horrible.
You got to shave it.
It's like people with those kind of Superman tattoos are the people I hope that he doesn't save. Like if the bus crashes.
Exactly.
I'm like, let it burn.
Yeah, exactly. I wish that right before she went into the ditch, Margot Kidder ran you over.
Why this? So you like Superman that much?
Yeah, and I wanted to get a Superman tattoo since I was 20, and I kept and
you're supposed to say since I was 4.
Right. Well, no, because at 4 you don't think you're going to get a tattoo. Like at 20, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to get a tattoo.
But the problem is, you said since I was 20. So when did you finally get it?
Like 4 years ago.
So why didn't you get it when you were 20? You're an adult.
Because I kept thinking. That I'm going to change my mind and it's like a permanent decision, and I was scared to, and then I was just like, screw it. And I got it in L.A. after a series of meetings that went well. I was like, fucking, I'm getting a tattoo.
Okay.
I mean, clearly those meetings went very well.
Very well.
You had enough confidence to get the fucking Son of Krypton tattoo.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely. That's a really confident
I love Superman.
tattoo.
But it's hairy.
Looks good.
Is anyone else bothered by the hairy Superman tattoo?
I was bothered by the fact we were talking about something else, and he just kind of leaned up and went like that, so everyone would just happen to see it.
No, I just showed him. I didn't show everybody else here.
Jimmy saw it as well.
Hey, what do you think of that Jared Leto as the new Joker? It's not bad.
I liked it.
Not as good as
Death Squad, right?
Is that a Batman movie?
Suicide Squad. Sorry. Of course, Suicide
There's a little
Squad.
trailer for it.
Yeah.
He looks pretty badass.
The official trailer's out yesterday.
It's a little like The Shining, though, the dialogue.
Yeah.
It's exactly. I was talking with Dan. It's the same cadence as Jack saying, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm going to bash your brains in.
When he runs in, Batman, I'm home.
A couple of trailers got leaked over the weekend.
When do you think maybe the Riddler should go to a doctor?
So they put the official one out yesterday.
Okay.
He's more towards the end.
What's happening? Is it just him, or is this?
No, it's a whole group of villains. They decide to release to have them go on a mission for the government, and if they fail, they went out on their own, and the government had no hand in it. But if they succeed, then it was the government's idea. And so they're turning all this group of bad guys into sort of good guys.
Why do they have to go with the Joker?
Joker.
because he was part of the comic book series for Suicide Squad.
I did not know. Okay, because I mean that's ballsy to do the Joker.
Yeah,
They're gonna have to bring back the Joker eventually in the DC world.
But DC's fucking it up right now. Marvel was not there at Comic-Con at all. They had no official presence other than the Fox properties that Marvel has. And this was the time for DC to strut their stuff and compete with what everything Marvel's been doing. They announced 2 separate Jokers, and to cause confusion.
Jared Leto and who else?
Jared Leto, and then they reveal the one for Gotham on Fox. There's I forgot the guy's name. So they brought that guy on stage that he's going to be the Joker for the TV show instead of having everything tied together like Marvel does. Their TV shows and their movies all connect, and it's all the same people.
Right.
DC's doing so many different versions of everything. It's causing confusion, and it's stretching it out for no reason.
My character is not people. No one. There's no buzz on it. My comic book character.
Who's your comic book character?
Scone Boy.
Scone Boy.
Yes,
like the scone.
Of course.
And what
his superpower is like whenever there's a rape or a murder, he eats a scone and gets his power.
But does he stop the rape or murder?
No. He videotapes it.
Oh,
and jerks off to it when he gets home.
But he doesn't get the power until he finishes the scone.
He has to stop in and order a scone.
That's valuable time.
Yeah, a lot of that's been one of the criticisms.
Oh, okay.
Is there an origin story?
No, not yet. It picks up midlife.
No. What if he goes in the store and they're out of scones?
Well, then someone else is having a bad day.
I love the no.
Hey, so what's this? I want to see the Jared Leto.
Yeah, here it is.
It is too Nicholson like.
I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
It's a combination of Heath Ledger and August of 2016.
Yeah.
Wait, they're starting the promotion 13 months out?
Well, because they
usually do.
Yeah, and there's Superman versus Batman, where they introduce Batman, who Ben Affleck plays, and then Batman's supposed to make
doesn't he get a divorce in this one?
Real life.
But Batman's supposed to make an appearance in this, right?
You can see him in the trailer.
It's a guy in a Batman mask.
But isn't there another shot of him on top of a car?
You don't see the face, too.
Oh, so you don't know if that's Affleck
if it's him or if it's the other guy impersonating Batman.
You think Suicide Squad will do well?
Yes.
It'll do okay.
I'm just gonna hurt you.
A lot of people were skeptical about it.
He sounds like Bruce Jenner. He sounds like Caitlyn. I just tried to come out and be me. I said to Kim and the rest of the kids, I'm just gonna hurt you real bad. And it's embarrassing.
Just emotionally, I'm gonna hurt you real bad.
If it was really good, though, they put it out in May, not August. Right?
Yeah, they would try to push for the.
How about they put it out now? It looks like the movie's done.
The beginning of May or July 4th weekend.
Just put it out now. It looks like it's done.
There's probably a lot of post production they still have to do and whatever.
Kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you because I sound like Whoopi Goldberg. That's who Whoopi sounds like. She sounds like the new fucking Joker. No one knew that Bill Cosby committed those rapes.
He looks good as the Joker, I guess.
He's got a grill.
He's like an updated Joker. He has tattoos all over him. He's
like an emo Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you, he's like the Joker squared.
I don't even know what that means. What's
like the Joker on crack.
I want to punch you in the mouth right when you said that one.
He looks like Perry Farrell, right?
Yeah.
Anyone else see that?
Jane says he looks like the demon. He looks like the demon in The Exorcist. That's who his mouth. Teeth were the one that flashes on screen. That's who he was modeled after.
All right, what else do you rock about the Comic-Con?
Very
Batman Superman was also supposed to have a big presence, but a lot of that got scrapped the week before because of Affleck's divorce.
Well, why?
So, he was there though, right?
That's what I heard. I haven't seen anything with proof that he was there.
They did a panel.
And the tabloids proved it. They showed him walking around.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
But there was no...
Leave the guy alone.
Where were you?
Why?
No, I didn't go to any of the panels. I mean, the panels are a waste of time because all the stuff shows up online.
Is this really crowded now, these Comic-Cons?
Oh, my, there's a photo I have was just a fraction of the line on Thursday people waiting to go to Hall H for Star Wars. They were camped out for like 2 days. And the panel was on Friday, I believe, for Star Wars.
So what are they going to listen? What are they going to do? Hear JJ talking? But who fucking cares?
It's going to be good.
Watch it when it comes out.
JJ's there. They bring out the cast.
What do they say?
Surprises and things like that.
What surprise? Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
They show you footage. They introduce, like, Harrison Ford walked out. Everyone was bananas.
What's the Captain Kirk shoe shine?
That was in the.
This is on E-Rock Radio on Instagram.
Yeah. This was just a little thing in the Hilton Hotel. There's this fat guy that looks like old Captain Kirk, and he has a shoe shine stand, and he just sits there waiting for people to get their shoe shine, but nobody went to him.
I've done my impression for years for him. It's so easy. I'll shine your shoes. That's it. It's fucking good, man.
With the Star Wars panel, after all those people waited to get in there and saw everybody, there was
a fire.
They surprised everybody with a concert right after the panel.
Oh, who played? I hope it was the people from the Kooky Bar. I hope.
The cantina. Well, yes.
Fucking Blue Elephant. George Lucas stinks. Fucking child's toys. The Cantina Bar. You at the concert?
Part of it was because they were playing and featuring music from Star Wars history and stuff to come from the movie.
God, what was coming from the music?
Well, they take everybody from the panel.
Oh my God.
It's like thousands of people.
Right.
And then I feel bad for the person who had their panel right after that because a lot of the Star Wars people usually stay for his panel.
Was it you know who it was?
Yes, I do know who it was. It was Kevin Smith. So his panel was right after it, but everybody left. They all went to the Star Wars concert, so he had a rather meager
Kevin Smith, really?
Turnout. Yeah,
well, everybody was leaving to see the big show.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great. Fucking fat asshole. Oh, look, it's a blue cartoon elephant. Oh, he's playing a horn. I'll sell our toys. This fucking scene blows. It stinks. It's fucking terrible.
Well, for the time, it wasn't
for
bad,
any time,
right?
it's awful.
Eric, how's our old pal Kevin Smith looking? He lost a lot of weight, right?
Lost a lot of weight. I didn't get to see him at all.
We gotta get him back.
We were trying to reach out to him, but nothing.
I tried myself there for you. We got a phone call coming in for Eric.
I hope it's from Jared Leto.
Hey, Matt.
I just want to call on the phone.
Matt. Hello, Matt.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Matt.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi,
Hello,
Matt.
Maddykins.
Hey, guys. First of all, I missed Turk February. I can't wait for that movie to come out.
Yeah, it's going to be a big hit.
It's in post.
You guys mentioned starting promotions early. What about this Ant-Man, man? I can't watch TV.
I don't know. I hear a magnifying glass takes him out.
I can't watch TV for 15 minutes without seeing an Ant-Man.
Yes, but it's called AUNT. It's about a transgendered man's journey.
I'm your Aunt Man.
Yes, Aunt Man.
You have to be accepting of me at the barbecue.
Yes, exactly.
I just assumed that movie was coming out any week. When does it come out?
Is coming. It's coming out very soon.
Oh, it is finally.
With Justin's good friend Paul Rudd is in there, and Michael Douglas.
Great.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Is it going to do well?
It'll do okay. It's a transition into the next phase for Marvel. So
I don't know all this Marvel transitioning and this
the whole transition
picking too many Jokers and too many of this character. What do you?
The next few years,
if it's a good movie, it's a good movie. I don't need transitions into another character or whatever.
It's no transitions. It's a transition piece for Marvel.
What does that mean?
Opie,
There's 3 phases of Marvel movies.
What?
Don't you want to find out what an Infinity Stone can do?
An Infinity Stone?
Yeah.
What is that? Do you skip it across the pond?
I like the cackle.
It was in the past couple of movies. It was in the Ultron movie, the Avengers. And then,
I don't go deep with my movies. If it's a good movie, I'm like, wow, that was a good movie. I don't think about it and have discussions that go too deep about it.
Yeah, I understand now. Comic-Con feature. There's a new sitcom about Omar Suarez, and it's about his life before he got thrown out of a helicopter and hung by the neck.
Oh,
and he had some his wacky neighbor.
Is there a nagging wife?
Yes, and then Frank Lopez makes a quick appearance.
Is there a catchy theme song?
No, but the catcher who's didn't get a hit all year, Frank actually kills him.
Maybe Omar didn't even die when he hung from that helicopter, so we don't know the ending, you know?
Yeah, it was actually it was a cabaret thing him and Sosa would do, where he had something tied around his waist, and it was like a really weird prank show that Sosa was doing. I got you, Tony. I knew that would get you upset.
All right, Matt, thank you.
All right.
Omar's my friend. I would never throw him over a helicopter. Tony.
What else, Eric? I see this picture with a lot of stormtroopers.
Ooh,
My God.
Yeah, that was one morning. They were all just coming out of the hotel.
Yeah.
So there's like 50 of them that were doing escorts for the Star Wars
I hear
panel.
you. Me too. They were escorting the Star Wars people.
Yeah.
You ever smell those uniforms? I bet they're awful. Stinky fucking
cheap plastic.
Yeah, exactly. All the shoulders smell like nerd cheeks because they're taking pictures. Their arms around these dorks.
Too bad it wasn't ISIS undercover in the stormtrooper outfits.
How great would that be if a few bombs had just gone off? Oops. I shouldn't say that would be great.
No, that's, yeah.
I still would have made fun of it though.
Oh yeah,
horrible.
You can't cheer for
Bill Murray showing up was a big surprise for everybody.
Oh,
yes.
I know.
Why was he there?
I saw that.
He was there promoting his movie Rock the Casbah.
Okay.
What's that about?
He plays an aging, washed-up music manager who finds what he thinks is the next big talent in the Middle East. So he's trying to shop this talent around to, I guess, their equivalent of American Idol and stuff like that in the Middle East. It's supposed to be pretty good.
Is it a comedy or drama?
I think it's a little both.
Okay.
So him showing up and then him walking around.
Did you get close to him?
I apparently I did. I thought it was him at one point. He was walking around, but I wasn't sure. No, I didn't. I wasn't sure.
Why wouldn't you be sure it was Bill Murray?
Because he just did the panel and he changed all his clothes and walked out the back way and was out in the crowds and stuff.
Okay.
And I remember seeing this guy, and I thought, because he had one of those big floppy hats on. Hold on, I'm talking. So he had the big floppy hats on, and I thought it was him, but I wasn't sure, and I just kept going. And then later I saw photos online that it was him.
Yeah, it's always one. You don't want to walk up and go, "Hey, are you Bill Murray?" But it's like now you wish you had.
Yeah, I kind of was kicking myself, but
I would love that picture. That's a picture I would love.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Bill Murray, my God.
And our friend Bob Kelly was getting recognized a lot for his roles on Louie. And they had a big pavilion out right outside the hotel called the FX Arena, and the big jumbo screen jumbotron thing there was all covered in sex and drugs and rock and roll.
Nice.
And Bobby was getting recognized by a lot of industry people and celebrities for being in Louie. So it's just a matter of time before this show really sends him to the next level.
The new show starts Thursday on FX, right? Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Thursday night? Okay.
I believe so. Yeah.
I'm going to the premiere tonight. And try to weasel my way into the old show.
And I didn't see the panel that they did because it was on Sunday, but I heard Bobby was very funny.
Of course he was very funny.
Bobby's a killer.
No surprise there.
That's awesome. I'm excited to see the show.
Oh, look at Bobby on the red carpet. He's popping up in all the...
He's got a fucking hilarious line in Trainwreck.
Yes, he does.
He plays, what did he say, like pussy?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
A lot of other TV shows and movies making their premieres and stuff, but I wanted to show you this. This was one of the big things being passed around in the crowd.
Can I break it?
Yeah, you probably can. It's just cardboard. And it's made and promoted by Google.
Oh!
So they're doing this thing. You go to
fake over the top.
Fucking Jim's goddamn face. His stupid face right when he made that fucking might be one of the hardest.
Jimmy wants to be at the gym right now. Oh God, it's the worst.
If you go to google.com/cardboard, they've been handing these things out where what they're doing now with these apps is making 360 virtual reality. So if you see a scene of, say, New York City, and you put it on kind of like the old Viewmaster, if you will, and you'd see ahead, but if you move up, you can see everything, like the picture moves with you.
Oh.
So you can see up there, you can turn around and see everything that's behind
documentary,
you.
this goddamn thing. Can I peek in there? Let me give it a little peekaroo.
Well, we got to get the app and put your phone in there to do the rest of it.
Fuck that.
Oh, you got to put your
my phone in a box?
Yeah,
Who wants to carry around a box to put your phone in? So I can see 3D. Your life is 3D. Good point. Picture the Empire State Building in 3D. I live in New York and you just look up at it. Good point.
But there's other things besides New York.
So
like what?
You would be throwing throwing this box away immediately?
Where's your app?
You
I
absolutely
don't have the app.
Why wouldn't you have the app if you're putting it in the box?
I didn't realize you have to have like version 8 of your software on the phone.
Oh, I do. Is that for the 6 or the 6.0 or the 6 Plus?
There it is.
Just throw a number.
There it is, the Google Cardboard.
So
God,
you can
experience
drill
virtual
my fist
reality
through
in a
that.
simple, fun, and affordable way.
Yes.
$23.
The app costs $23?
No, the cardboard.
The cardboard? You can make that at home.
I want Jim to do an apathetic technology segment every fucking show.
Because they're doing that, and then Viewmaster is making a comeback because they're using the same technology.
Cool. Not.
What a reveal.
Go ahead. You want to take the picture?
Yeah,
Go ahead,
I'll
you rock.
take the picture.
Take it for all your... Wait, here's what you do. Take it for all your celebrity friends. Go ahead. Do it like this. Let me know when you got it.
Got it.
And then I do that.
Jimmy.
There you go. There you go.
The big reveal will be on E-Rock Radio on Instagram.
For all your goddamn celebrity friends. Ah, the phone's ringing. Who's this?
Well, they're barely ringing.
Hello?
Oh, your phone's ringing.
Anyway, so
It's James Norton.
all this stuff and interviews were up on demand on SiriusXM for the
yeah, I
show
have to
last
give you a
week,
call
and
back,
then
'cause I'm
more
at work right
interviews
now.
and stuff this
I'm
week.
listening to a fat kid babble about nothing.
Fridays,
Yeah, I'll give you a call.
7
Come on,
p.m.
just dump water on me. I'll give you a call, and we'll schedule
Eastern,
the
4
old
p.m. Pacific
endoscopy.
here on Opie Radio.
I didn't hear you. What?
Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific on Opie
E-Rock
Radio.
does a very good job with his Friday night show.
It's a great show.
It's a great show, Justin Stengel has said. Many times, actually. When
He
you were in
has
the
said
room.
that, although when the mics are off, the story's different.
So Friday night at what time?
7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific.
Beautiful. All right, Eric. Thank
and
you.
SiriusXM on demand.
I think that's it for us today.
Yeah, we're rolling here into 10:30 town.
10:30 town.
10:35. 5 minutes overtime. Let the bosses take note.
Dan Soder, where are we going to be?
August 6th through the 8th, I will be at Acme in Minneapolis.
Ah, yes. You and the Roadrunner. Sorry.
Also, July 27th, Big J and I start our show on Comedy Central Radio.
We left him a message. He could have called the show today.
Yeah,
everyone's talking about why isn't Jay on the show. We gave him a chance to be on the show today.
Yeah, but Jay's
The
a guy.
fuck?
Jay stays up till 6 in the morning, so.
All right, fair enough. Maybe we'll try to get him on tomorrow to talk about it. Jimmy's got a lot of dates coming up.
I'll just plug a couple. This Saturday is New Mexico. Levity Live is the weekend after, the 23rd, 24th, 25th. And Seattle, August 13th through 15th. I'm doing my new set. So it's not the same old jazz. It's new stuff.
Ooh, okay.
It's been going well. Very happy with where it is right now.
Also, we're trying to put more show videos up on the old YouTube, Opie Radio on YouTube, and Lamb of God, Randy Blythe on alcoholism. It was great. Fuck, we didn't play the audio of you on Propofol today. We'll do it tomorrow.
I forgot about
it. Was pretty damn good, but I think Dan would have really appreciated that. So Lamb of God, Randy Blythe on alcoholism. That video is doing very well right now. And then we just put up Corey Taylor from Slipknot talking about Axl Rose. So go check those two videos out.
McMurphy's as meek as Lamb of God. Murphy's as meek as a lamb.
We are going to go home now, right?
Jack Dunphy's full of shit. The sound of blueberries being tossed from hand to hand.
I thought it sounded like we're marching out of the studio.
I was ripping ass.
Oh, right behind me.
There you go. Right there you go, Superman.
Well, dude, I had a vegetarian fart yesterday. Holy fuck, Jimmy! You didn't warn me of the farts that come out when you eat vegetarian.
Yeah, put the old shit.
Trying a little vegetarian shit. It was good. It wasn't bad. It was some fake chicken thing.
No.
It wasn't bad. I wasn't a fan of that stuff either, Dan. Relax. But I tried it.
Staying a carnivore.
What?
I'm staying a carnivore.
Well, I certainly will continue eating meat, but I was just trying something a little different. It was some kind of lemon fake chicken thing that was pretty tasty with black beans and kale and avocado and what was that other thing?
Cum.
And cum. And cum drizzled on top. Yes.
I like the way you adjusted your sunglasses.
Yeah, just a juzzle.
And a little cum.
Fire that.
A little swizzle of cum really brought the whole thing together for me. Jesus. We're going home. Fuck.